and day out is having cooler temperatures in my room as a result of getting Storm Shield windows. My old windows, the heat came in, the room got hot, my air conditioning continued to work harder, and now we don't have any of that.
Storm Shield's windows and doors reduce the exterior noise by up to 80%, and our clients typically see an average energy savings of 40%. Why choose Storm Shield? Because everyone deserves the best. Call us today at 239-491-7002 or visit stormshieldSWFL.com.
We're so glad you set your radio right here. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
That the debt ceiling needs to be addressed.
But Republican Senate Leader Mitch McConnell says it's up to Democrats to do it on their own. Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says they're trying.
We're telling Republicans, we're not asking you to vote for it. Just let us vote for it.
But Republicans are expected to vote against advancing a bill to suspend the debt limit, which the U.S. might reach in 2 weeks. So President Biden suggests the Senate should consider changing the filibuster rule on this issue. The president went to Michigan to also publicly push trillions in new spending all Republicans oppose.
To support these investments is to create a rising America. America is moving. To oppose these investments is to be complicit in America's decline.
But the original $3.5 trillion proposal for spending on education, health care, and climate is going to drop as moderate Democrats seek a smaller spending total.
That's Fox's Jared Halpern. There's Republican versus Republican drama in Idaho. While Governor Brian Little's in Texas meeting with other GOP leaders on border issues, Lieutenant Governor Janice McGeachin issued an executive order banning employers from issuing COVID vaccine mandates, which Governor Little says he'll rescind when he returns. The Pope is reacting to the French Catholic Church sex abuse scandal. Fox's Simon Owen has an update live.
And Dave, after a damning investigation into the French Catholic Church, Pope Francis says he feels sorrow and shame.
Questo è il momento della vergogna.
In his weekly audience at the Vatican, the Pope said this is the moment of shame. He said the Church showed an incapacity to care for victims. French investigators say French Catholic clergy abused some 200,000 children over the past 70 years. Dave?
America's listening to Fox News.
Getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 WFSX Estero. Fox News. Right all along.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. Heading out right now through I-75 southbound off of the interstate. You'll see a crash off to the side of the road at Pine Ridge Road, mile marker 107. And no roadblock, no injuries there at least. We're looking good along the rest of 75. If you're heading through Daniels Parkway near Treeline Avenue, we have a crash in that area right near Florida Highway Patrol headquarters. So watch out for some activity, but no roadblock, no delays it looks like right now. No major problems up and down US 41. In Charlotte County, though, we are dealing with structure fires. Still an active investigation and scene out there on Harbor Boulevard, north of Olean Boulevard, which is just off of 41, near Fawcett Memorial and Bayfront Health. So watch out for some flashing lights and activity and just take it slow nearby. The roadway is back open out there. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Wednesday. Expect another hot one for today as humidity starts to creep back up into the forecast area. Temperatures will be pushing back to 93 for a daytime high. We're dry to start the day, and we'll stay that way as we head through about lunchtime, though some showers should be popping up as we head towards mainly after 4 p.m. Look out for that chance for isolated rain into the late afternoon and evening time frame. Things dry up as we enter your Thursday morning. A mild low near 76. Waking up tomorrow, it is going to be another warm day with a high near 92 degrees. Thursday, however, will be featuring a slightly higher chance to see some rain and even some thunderstorms with scattered storms in the forecast through Friday and the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Need some inspiration? Don't look left. Look right. Here. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
True relief
for back and neck pain.
Back pain, neck pain, we hear so much about it every day, but most people never understand what causes it. Very often, it is more than just sore muscles. Many times, it is caused by disc and nerve compression in the spine. This is very often not addressed. The only way to get pressure off the discs in the spine is to decompress the discs. Here at Johnson Spinal Care 596 Back, non-surgical spinal decompression is a specially designed, computerized table to provide gentle, precise pulling to draw pressure off the discs and release the nerves. This process draws blood back into the discs, allowing them to heal. Completely safe and comfortable for any age. No hanging upside down. Patients with stenosis sciatica, bulging discs, neuropathy, scoliosis all find great, long-lasting relief with decompression. Call my Medicare-friendly office today for a free telephone consultation. Johnson Spinal Care, 596 Back. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Tonight on CBS, CSI, the global phenomenon, opens a brand new chapter in Las Vegas.
If we don't get to the truth, nobody will.
It's a new team of crime scene investigators.
We're talking about my lab's reputation.
Preserving justice in Sin City.
Look at the evidence.
CSI Vegas. Series premiere tonight, 10/9 Central on CBS.
CSI, tonight starting at 10 on Wink TV.
Dial star 2020. Friends, I care.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. Let me tell you how terrible my eyesight was before I had the LASIK procedure done with Dr. France and his team here in Southwest Florida. I'd basically have to hold my phone or a book about 3 inches from my face just to be able to read it. Forget about seeing the alarm clock when I woke up in the morning. My eyesight was terrible. The LASIK procedure is amazing, and it will change your life. Here's the deal. Dr. Franz and his team are the first to bring the SMILE procedure to Southwest Florida. This is the latest technology in laser vision correction. The results are a lot like LASIK, but with a smaller incision and no flap, and that means lower incidence of dry eye syndrome. The LASIK procedure is amazing. It changed my life. Let it change yours. Find out if you qualify by dialing star 2020 from your mobile phone. Financing is available and affordable. Again, call Dr. France and his team. Just dial star 2020 from your mobile phone.
Friends, I care.
With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now, there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. Navage. Available at Navage.com.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. We stream live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching the program and subscribing to the podcast so you can listen to this program at your convenience. Listen, your kids are not yours. Let's just stop this nonsense. Your kids are wards of the state. They are the states. The federal government owns your kids. Everybody else owns your kids except you. You do not have first say. You are not the primary when it comes to the decisions being made about your kids. And as a matter of fact, you're paying taxes to schools to do just that, to take your children and make them into whatever they want them to be, and you have no say in that. Hey, how many people are signing up for that? Anybody? Jake the millennial. Jake doesn't even have kids. Jake has seen kids. He's hung out with a couple of kids every once in a while, but hasn't even thought about kids as far as, his and the like. But I don't know. What do you think about that? Are you on board with that? Are you happy with the idea that kids are not yours? They're actually the states. It's the government owns the kids. You're just the manufacturing house. That's it. You're making the kids with the government. They're theirs and not yours. You okay with all this?
No, we're not baby factories.
Okay, all right. Just checking. Yeah. Sorry. Well, I'm pretty much. I am speechless today because yesterday morning we mentioned Attorney General Merrick Garland, the very moderate Merrick Garland. If you remember, it was Barack Obama as president of the United States and Democrats who told us that Merrick Garland should have been the choice to be the Supreme Court nominee and the justice that would be taking the place of Antonin Scalia at the time. And that should have been it. And it's such a moderate. I mean, an individual who absolutely, positively would have been looking at the law and looking at ways to make it against you. The conservatives in this country, the Republicans, the who knows who else. But I digress. You're obediently paying into the public school system with your taxes. You're funding government schools. And then, as some have mentioned before, Vodi Bakum, to be exact, someone who has talked about critical race theory in our schools, and Fault Lines is his book. And I was just with him recently talking about critical race theory and the concerns that we have about what is being taught to our kids. And he had made mention the fact that we can't continue to send our kids, I'm paraphrasing, but we can't continue to send our kids to Caesar and then be surprised when they end up Romans. I mean, what are we doing? And now we come to find out that in all the taxes we're paying and all the money that we're spending for our children's education, that we've always been under the idea, well, many people have been under the idea that, listen, we hand off our kids to the public school system, and you better believe it, they're going to do the best thing for those kids, bring them back as good students and good human beings and good citizens. Can you do that for us? I've got to go. I got a job to do. My wife's got a job to do. We got a lot of things happening. We're super, super busy. Hey, sports? Oh, cool. All right, so we'll get to the sports as well, and we'll do all of those things, and maybe we'll have some time for a nice dinner. And not that we're all going to sit down at the dinner table, because that's so old-fashioned. We're not going to do that. We'll all go off into different places. And as a matter of fact, if we go to restaurants, you'll recognize us as the family that is just like every other family. We're all sitting around the dinner table, and every one of us is staring at their phones, not talking to each other, even though we're in the same company. But we don't have a whole lot of time to spend together, being that the minute we're apart, that we're all in different places, and we're not hanging around with each other. And, oh, look at the time, I got to go to bed. Now, listen, I'm not trying to make you feel bad if that is your life. But I am suggesting that if you're surprised that all of a sudden you woke up and found out your child was woke, that all of a sudden you woke up and found out that the school district, the schools that you send your kids to, that you pay with your tax dollars, are all of a sudden coming home and saying things that I don't know that I necessarily agree with. Many people have been screaming from the rooftops for a very long time. People who are the point of the sword, people who are the individuals who go to the school board meetings day after, well, not day after day, because they're not having meetings day after day, but they're week after week, month after month. They're constantly there. They are the ones that are vigilant, that are keeping an eye on what is happening. And listen, God bless them, and I mean them that sincerely. May God bless these individuals for taking time out of their day to understand what is at stake and to do the work that, I'm going to be honest with you, a lot of us won't do. A lot of us don't have the time to do necessarily, or we can't figure out a way to carve out the time in the day to get to these school board meetings until all of a sudden we decided that we were going to get there. Because we did see what was going on during this pandemic, that we did find out through online education. Whoa, what are you teaching my child? What is this? Wait a minute, all the years that you've been talking about the textbooks and your concerns about the textbooks and what's in them and the pornography in a lot of cases that's in, you can even Google it still and find out some of the stories in Loudoun County, Virginia, and other places around the country. Dare I say, even in a community near you, Collier County, and other places here in Southwest Florida, where there is evidence and has been evidence, as the work has been done by many, many people who have been the point of the sword, to see and find all the things that are in your kids' textbooks and doing the work. And all I'm suggesting is that you shouldn't be surprised that all of a sudden now you have a federal government that wants to step into a space that is not their space, our local school system, that is not their jurisdiction, and now all of a sudden tell you that you as a parent aren't allowed to say anything with regard to your children's education and step up and have maybe a question or two for a school board. Maybe you might get loud. Maybe you might get a little boisterous, but not violent. We're not talking about violence. We're talking about people who are expressing themselves, who are outraged and angry because they're not being listened to. They've been ignored for way too long. They're finally discovering what's going on, only to be told by a school board to just sit down and shut up. Just sit down. Or better yet, don't speak. Better yet, let me get somebody escort you out because you're just trouble. And I feel intimidated. And as a matter of fact, now I have to introduce somebody else into the equation to make sure that I am safe and that your speech is taken away. And that's where we are right now. And when you have individuals like in the state of Virginia, now, let me just say this quickly. When I bring, and by the way, again, in case you don't know, many people have talked about it yesterday. I can't tell you how many people I talked to during the day, especially after I got done with the show yesterday morning. And I brought up with Christopher Rufo from, I guess, is he from the Manhattan Institute? But Christopher Rufo, who has been doing amazing jobs with critical race theory and keeping an eye on what has been happening. And he had the tweet out yesterday, actually the day before that I talked about yesterday morning with regard to the Attorney General, Merrick Garland, who now has decided that the FBI is going to be mobilized against angry and concerned parents, and the FBI is going to be involved in how this could possibly happen. What are we talking about? That as we have this discussion and we talk about all of these things, and I bring up different places like California or Virginia or other states, I'm just telling you, the teachers' unions are left-leaning. The National School Board is left-leaning. The school board in your local community, chances are, is left-leaning. Oh, no. I'm telling you, they show up at Republican meetings and everything. I've seen them before. Really? Have you taken the time to ask them their positions on what they think about the books in our schools or the way they're spending your tax dollars or being good stewards or how they are stewards of your money? Have you really gotten into detail? Have you asked them the questions about what they think about specifically transgenders in the transgender bathroom issue or even critical race theory, or if they think it's just a joke, it's not being taught in the schools? The governor says we're not allowed to, so we don't. Really? You really think that that's happening? Do you really think they're sitting there and agreeing with the governor of the state of Florida? Somebody that many of them would like to see lose the next election because they're not conservatives, because they don't believe in this governor. They don't believe in the Department of Education in the state. They don't even believe in the state having any control. They believe the unions should have the control. They think that they should have the control, and you shouldn't have the control. And I bring up other states because chances are what they do in other states, they're going to bring here. And their ideology is the same. Terry McAuliffe, just the other day in Virginia, you remember the debate that happened where he made mention of the fact that he believes that you are not in charge of your kids.
I believe parents should be in charge of their kids' education.
Mr. McAuliffe, 30 seconds.
So first of all, this shows how clueless Glenn Youngkin is. He doesn't understand what the laws were because he's never been involved here in helping Virginia. But it was not. The parents had the right to veto books, Glenn, not to be knowledgeable about it, also take them off the shelves. And I'm not going to let parents come into schools and actually take books out and make their own decision.
You vetoed it.
So, yeah, I
you
stopped the bill that I don't think parents should be telling schools what they should teach.
I don't think that parents should be telling schools what they should teach. Really? So parents have no control over this. They have no say in what they should. Is that how that works? And then we come to find out that now we have even local school boards, I believe Lee County being one of them, who are claiming that they feel that they're being threatened and they're worried, and so people have to be wanded, and they want to have a police presence there because they are worried. They're worried about you showing up because they think that you're going to be violent. Have you been violent? Has there been any violence perpetrated against a school board member? Has there been a violence perpetrated against a school board member any place in the country that would warrant the Attorney General of the United States being asked by the National School Board Association, a left-leaning organization, who would go out and say, there are people that are calling us. We've got problems. I mean, the people are getting violent against school board members without any evidence to that effect? There's a difference between showing up at a school board meeting and being loud and being present and having a say in what's going on in your child's education. And then when you find out that the board is not listening to anything that you're saying, and as a matter of fact, dismissing you, that you get very, very upset. Not violent. Nobody is asking for violence. I haven't asked for it. No, I can't think of one single person that said be violent. Nobody wants you to be violent at a school board meeting. And you haven't been. You've been loud. You've been upset. But because their feelings are hurt, all of a sudden now they have to write a letter to the National School Board Association, who has to write a letter to the Attorney General, and the Attorney General turns around and instructs the FBI to begin investigating parents who confront school board administrators over critical race theory and masking in schools. If they're concerned about this indoctrination, they're concerned about the masking issue and how they've made it known to people that they don't want their kids masked, but we don't care what you think. But the mask mandates don't work. We don't care what you think. Again, how many times can you be told by somebody that you're paying their salary and your taxes are going to the public school system that you and your voice is worthless to them? So then the FBI has this memorandum instructing them to initiate investigations of any parents that are attending local school board meetings who might be viewed as confrontational, intimidating, or harassing. Well, whoa. Confrontational, intimidating. So in other words, if a parent is at a school board meeting and is really, really upset, and they are loud, and they're clearly angry, that all of a sudden now we have to have the Department of Justice, the FBI. We have to have subgroups as well stepping up and looking into this. How are they going to know? Oh, there's a way that they're going to find out, everybody. You bet. A hotline. How about a phone? How about a hotline that you can call when you're feeling intimidated? Let me ask you a question. How many times do you think that phone will be used by school boards across the country now? How many times do you think there'll be a school board member who doesn't like the governor here in the state, doesn't like Trump, doesn't like Trump supporters, probably looks at everybody as insurrectionists, probably thinks that they're just like January 6th insurrectionists? That's all you are, the individuals that are here in this school board meeting. And I feel intimidated. And I'm not really, I don't actually, you know what? I don't even feel intimidated. I just don't like you. And so because you're coming into my school board and saying all of these things, I might pick up the phone because now I have protection, because now I can shut down your voice. You think that's going to happen? You think somebody would pick that phone up and do it just because? Politics? Do you think they would do it? If an FBI is willing to mobilize against parents who are angry and concerned about what's going on with the education of their kids, not your kids, my kid, and COVID restrictions that not only are wrong, like the masking of our children, but that you won't even listen to the governor when he tells you not to do it, and you just thumb your nose at the governor and like, sorry. We're going to do it anyway. We listen to the CDC because we believe there's pregnant people. Oh, yeah, there's another story about pregnant people out there right now. Can men get pregnant? Yes, it's possible, says Healthline. Like there's a website that's saying right now that, yeah, men can get pregnant. Oh, there's a way that it could possibly happen. You better believe it. And let us explain. No. That's it's an impossibility. Sorry. You can tell me all you want how that's going to happen, but it's not. You know, pregnant people, like the CDC tells us. And those are the people we have to trust, and that's who we have to follow. We have to follow the CDC guidelines, and that's what the school does. What other guidelines do they follow? Who else do they follow with regard to what they believe is best for your kids as opposed to you? Because they're not really yours. But now we come to find out something else, and we're going to take a break in just a minute that we're going to get to. That has to do with an interesting connection that was made between Attorney General Merrick Garland and his daughter and who she's married to. And how, well, interestingly enough, critical race theory comes into all of this. It'd be really strange if Merrick Garland's daughter was married to somebody who was the company, running the company, that was supplying critical race theory resource material for school districts across the country. Wouldn't that be strange? That would be really weird. Is there a connection? I mean, I wouldn't bring it up if there wasn't. All right, so we'll talk about that coming up. And then I just wonder what you think. Look, if you're asking what the answer is, there's a lot of different answers to the questions that we'll get to coming up in just a minute. One of them is local, local, local. I cannot tell you how many years I've been on the air in Southwest Florida screaming and talking about education all the time, constantly talking about my concerns about school boards in Lee and Collier and Glades and Hendrick, all over the state. The concerns that I've had about education in this area, the concerns that I've had about school boards, and how you've got to show up at the election. And I know you were pumped for the president of the United States, Donald Trump, before, and you voted for him in 2016, and you're ready for voting for him in 2020, and you're all excited. But did you ignore the local issues? Did you ignore those individuals locally who I said to you, and I pleaded with you, please do not vote for these specific individuals. I'm telling you, it's bad news. It's time for a change. And it didn't happen. And they ended up winning the election anyway. Did they convince you? Hopefully now, more than ever, 22 is going to be an engagement period like we've never seen before locally. Like it's time to clean this place up. So when we come back, what is this story about Attorney General Merrick Garland's daughter, who she's married to? What does the governor have to say about this? Has the governor spoken? Of course he has. What is he saying about this? Troubling to say the least. We'll get to that. And the FBI, what about them? You know, the FBI has said something yesterday that a lot of people aren't reporting on the heels of this. Is the FBI telling us right to our face that they don't think that Antifa is an anarchist group? Like, are they saying that they're not even willing to track Antifa and the violence that is taking place with Antifa, the far left radical Antifa groups like Black Lives Matter? And they're not willing to even look into and find out anything about them. But they're going to go after you because you want to go to a school board meeting and express your anger and concern over what's happening? That's what I'm suggesting. Do I have evidence? Of course. All right, we'll have that coming up. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
This Fox Business Report is presented by Island Air. High-quality AC repair and installation. Online at islandairfl.com. Online at islandairefl.com.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
An energy analyst warns gasoline prices are likely to rise nationwide over the next 2 weeks as oil nears its highest level in 7 years. Patrick DeHaan with Gas Buddy tells Fox Business the Great Lakes region is likely to notice more pain before other areas. U.S. crude rose 1.7% yesterday to just less than $79 a barrel. Former President Trump, Oprah, and 49 others lose their positions on Forbes' list of wealthiest Americans as the cutoff to make the list rises to a staggering $2.9 billion. And stocks posted solid gains, erasing most of the previous day's losses. The Dow jumped 311 points. The Nasdaq rose 178. I'm Carmen Roberts. That's your Fox Business Report. Invested in you.
1 Hour Air Conditioning and Heating is seeking trustworthy, friendly individuals. We have industry-leading salaries, benefits, and growth potential. So call 855-1-HOUR to join our team.
Always on time, or you don't pay time.
An equal opportunity employer.
Hey, look, you don't have to go through the fall months with that joint pain. You can call QC Kinetics now. Regenerative solutions that are here, bringing lasting relief from joint pain with no downtime, no surgery, no steroids. It's Drew Steele talking about QC Kinetics. They use natural biologic therapies that restore and repair damaged tissue in your knees, shoulders, hips, and back. Patients here are raving about the results. Don't think surgery is your only option. Call QC Kinetics now and learn more about these exciting natural alternatives. You've heard football legend Emmitt Smith talk about QC. It's time you see what it's all about. Fall is the time to enjoy life to its fullest, so why not act right now? Restorative, regenerative therapies, they're available now. And the office consultation is free. Call QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical joint pain relief. Call QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical joint pain relief, 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN, 239-893-PAIN.
Can I see your pre-plan, please?
Before you reach the pearly gates is the best time to consider your plan. Harvey Engelhardt Funeral Home will provide peace of mind that lets you set and forget, relieving stress and decision-making on loved ones when the time comes. Ensure that your wishes are honored and relieve your family of guessing what your intentions were. There are many reasons to pre-plan, including a price guarantee and transferability. Harvey Engelhardt can arrange monthly payment plan options with automatic withdrawal. Your loved ones are relieved both of the financial responsibility and the burden of decisions at your passing. Planning is what we do for when the time comes. Harvey Engelhardt will see you through from beginning to end. We also have comprehensive military honors options for veterans. Pre-planning is the ultimate gift of selflessness to the surviving spouse and family. Please call us at 239-936-2177. Harvey Engelhardt, we're here to help.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. We all count on our home's electrical outlets to provide us the power we need when we need it. But sometimes an overloaded circuit can lead to a blown outlet. So leave it to the pros at Mr. Sparky. We'll get it done right and get it done safely. Call now for $70 off any electrical repair.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
Check this out, Southwest Florida. We're happy to announce you can still get the original MSRP for your trade-in, but only at Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, regardless of brand or where you bought it, Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Yes, that means whatever your car was worth when it was new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only here at Naples Nissan. We've got hundreds of new and like-new low-mileage pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Now is the time for you to make that upgrade. To get full details on how you can get the full original base MSRP for your trade-in, come see us at Naples Nissan here on Pine Ridge Road or visit naplesnissan.com today. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
Southwest Florida, are you getting the most out of your Medicare benefits? Annual enrollment is October 15th through December 7th. With the United Healthcare Medicare Advantage Plan, you get more for your Medicare dollar, including benefits like vision, hearing, dental care, and much more. Take advantage. Call United Healthcare today at 1-855-608-8763. That's 1-855-608-8763. Benefits, features, or devices vary by plan and area. Limitations and exclusions apply.
Wink News, traffic.
Good Wednesday morning. Tracking backups heading out of Cape Coral into Fort Myers on the Midpoint Bridge. Eastbound out there right now, seeing some slowdowns approaching Colonial Boulevard as well. No problems on the Cape Coral Bridge in either direction right now. And the 41 bridges in and out of downtown Fort Myers, all running up to speed. Heading through the Peace River, you should have an easy ride on both 41 and I-75 in Charlotte County. Charlotte County, though, we do have a structure fire from overnight on Harbor Boulevard. Still an active scene, so you'll see emergency personnel out there. No roadblock any longer. Just take it slow if you have to pass through north of Bayfront Health and Fawcett Memorial Hospital. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Wednesday. Expect another hot one for today as humidity starts to creep back up into the forecast area. Temperatures will be pushing back to 93 for a daytime high. We're dry to start the day, and we'll stay that way as we head through about lunchtime, though some showers should be popping up as we head towards mainly after 3-4 p.m. Look out for that chance for isolated rain into the late afternoon and evening time frame. Things dry up as we enter your Thursday morning. A mild low near 76. Waking up tomorrow, it is going to be another warm day with a high near 92 degrees. Thursday, however, will be featuring a slightly higher chance to see some rain and even some thunderstorms with scattered storms in the forecast through Friday and the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
It's all right here at 92.5 Fox News. We've been right all along.
It's Fred Kobe with your Kobe Cooling Tip of the Day. When you hear air conditioning companies bragging about their certified technicians, they're not actually telling you the truth. What they really mean is they have EPA certifications just to work with Freon, which is required. The only recognized certification in this industry for air conditioning is the NATE certification. And unless they're certified, they're not. If they don't have it, it's because they couldn't pass the test. If you want the best, you call Kobe Cooling. because our team is NATE certified. At 239-482-1542, we won't mislead you with false claims about their credentials. Their NATE certification is on their ID. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313. Kobe, the most trusted name in the business since 1949, locally owned and operated.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, Managing Partner and CEO of Key City Capital. So why are we here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
Call us today at 239-330-2080 or check us out online today at kcap925.com.
You know, it is a lot of fun when you invite people over your house and tell them to drink out of any faucet that they would like because you get your Pentair water system that is there. And as a matter of fact, even confidently saying, hey, check out the water diagnosis that I did here. And you can see for yourself how fantastic my water is. Look, there's a big difference with Pentair water diagnosis that you will get with Pentair water solutions. Pelican Water is now Pentair Water Solutions, the pros. My buddy Max is the best. Pentair uses the same digital testing equipment as the EPA to test that water. So you don't get some hardware store test tubes, dyes, and all that stuff. You can see the results printed out right in front of you. And for a recommendation that you can trust, you bet that Pentair Water Solutions has it. So why not give them a call, 239-880-7799, and get your free digital Pentair water diagnosis now. And this month, you can save up to $600 on softeners and salt-free alternatives. Max is waiting. Give him a call now. Don't leave him waiting, okay? 239-880-7799 or book it online at pentair.com/FortM.
Tonight on CBS, CSI, the global phenomenon, opens a brand new chapter in Las Vegas.
If we don't get to the
Is this, check. Okay, yeah. All right, quickly, I was just switching over the audio. Is this it? I don't even know if that's it. That might be it. I'm just switching over the audio for just a second because I got a couple of minutes, and I just wanted to see who's listening, if anybody's watching right now, and my early birds. Maybe just kind of check in and let me know that you're listening right now. So just want to say hi to everybody if you're out there. I see some of the usuals. I see Terry, good morning, and Bill and Jim. I see Jane. I see Gator Lynn getting up early with us this morning. So I just thought that maybe if you wanted to chime in and say hi, just to see that you're all here, my early morning crew. What time is it? About 6:36 right now. So just checking to see who's in. And if you want to just right there in the chat, if you just want to put a little comment in there and just say hi, we'd love to hear from you. Florentina, all right, I see Florentina. Good morning, good to see you. I guess this microphone thing is working. Hopefully when I switch it back, it'll be okay. All right, Gary's listening. Donna Maga's here. Good morning. Sorry, I'm a little feisty this morning. Forgive me if I seem a little angry. I am just really ticked off about a lot of stuff, so forgive me. All right, let's see. Richard's here. Good morning. We'll call magic. I like that. Cool. Marsha. Good morning. Jessica's here. Good to see you, Jessica. William Roseberry. Roseberry? Is it Roseberry or Roseberry? I don't know. So, all right. Good to see John Koza. Good morning. Good to see you here as well. AP is here. Jeff Huddleston's in. Judy Lynn. Laura Savage. Good morning. Wayne Schaefer. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Just saying hi. Okay. Let's, and we got about 30 seconds. All right, I just wanted to say hi to everybody and see that you're all checked in. All right, switching the audio over right now, and hopefully this will switch back.
Prices, including installation. So come see Hugo and his team in Naples. And now serving Port Charlotte at 4135 Tamiami Trail. Visit RockSolidNaples.com. Rock Solid, where $9.99 gets it done.
I received a call the other day from a woman. Her husband tragically was unable to call himself, but he had told her, if anything ever happens to me, call Morgan & Morgan. And what higher honor could we receive than protecting someone's family after they're gone? Life can be shattered in a moment. When that happens, know that America's largest injury law firm is here for you. When it comes to law, size matters. We're America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan. Visit forthepeople.com for an office near you.
Have lunch with Clay and Buck at noon, right after Glenn Beck at 9. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, 239-479-5592. DrewSteele.com is the website if you want to watch. Coming up later this morning, we got a lot going on today. I believe check in with Brendan Leslie, FloridaConservativeVoice.com. I think at 7:35, not sure, but I believe so. I know that at 8:05 this morning, Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart is going to join us. I believe he met with the president, talking a little bit, former president, excuse me. Got to get it right. Former President Trump. About the economy and some other things that are going on. And, I've got some questions for the congressman. So Mario Diaz-Balart coming up at 8:05 as well. I know there are a lot of people that are frustrated, that are upset about the news about the AG, Attorney General Merrick Garland. The really moderate Merrick Garland, who could have been one of the members of the Supreme Court, a good moderate member that everybody told us. Yeah, right. That we have... now the Justice Department and the FBI and other subgroups that'll all be watching you. If you're people who are parents and you go to school boards and you're maybe upset with the school board that that is trying to explain to you that, listen, we know better than you. And when it comes to the education of your kids, listen, just sit down and shut up. We don't really want to hear anything you have to say. As a matter of fact, we're going to make your time on a microphone this long. And you'll stay and you'll sit and you'll wait hours. And you are amazing. Now we're being told that, also, if you're going to harass these school board members, intimidating or confrontational, then we're going to come after you. Like domestic terrorists, as it's been described. Really? That's the way you're looking at parents, as domestic terrorists. There's a whole other side to that story I'm going to get to in just a second, because then who do they really believe are the domestic terrorists? They can't honestly believe that you, as parents, concerned citizens, are domestic terrorists, right? Because there are ones out there that are legitimately domestic terrorists. They do think that they are as well, right? You may be surprised, and you'll hear the audio coming up. But just for a second, Jake loves when we do this. We got to shake it out. Sometimes he goes in the other room. Maybe you just need your morning cup of joe.
Sit back with your morning cup of joe.
Not a joke. Parenthetically. When you build a charging station, it's like back in the day when my grandpa worked for the American Oil Company back in the turn of in the 1920 in that area. They went from state to state convincing people that allow them to put 20,000 gallons of gasoline under the ground. They didn't want them around.
Did you get that, Jake? So there's a Jargy station in my grandpop and the Marigold oil, and you stick it in the ground, and... 672 million people voted for that man. There is confidence there like you cannot believe. I mean, election integrity, it's not like Facebook had issues there or anything. It gets shut down. Nothing. We can trust the internet and the interwebs and anything that's connected to it to be safe and secure. And anyway, so that's Joe Biden delivering remarks yesterday at the operating Engineers Union. Is that where he was? I guess he was in Michigan, and he's trying to sell, the Build Back Better plan. And I think that sold it. That's pretty much it. I mean, there's only 39% that approve of his message out there and being out there and talking about building back better in the state of Michigan. Not feeling very confident there, but that's okay. I mean, we got to get the Jargy going. Did you hear that? I got to hear that again. Play the Jargy thing. Listen, Jake, here.
Parenthetically, when you build a Jargy station...
What's a Jargy station? Hey, 239-479-5592. Does anybody know what a Jargy station... Could you look that up? What's a Jargy station? I'm sure there is one. The amazing thing, and we'll play some audio later on Joe Biden and his appearance there in Michigan and trying to sell the Build Back Better plan and, talking down Republicans and the like. But it's amazing how polite and quiet the audience is. I mean, he is so enthralling that you don't want to miss a word that he says. And you'd be surprised how people just stand there, eyes... Well, there's a little bit of a glaze, but that's not the point. But they're so polite and quiet. They don't make a drop. They don't make a sound. You can hear a pin drop when the President of the United States speaks. Well, you know what it is. All right. 239-479-5592. Hey, did we find out what the Jargy is? What's a Jargy station?
I have no idea.
Okay, keep looking.
I can't find it.
Somebody knows. 239-479-5592. Attorney General Merrick Garland's daughter is married to the co-founder of an education company that sells critical race theory resource material to school districts. Wait a minute. Whoa. Wait, is that true? The conservative Treehouse had this out. The daughter's Rebecca Garland. 2018, she married Zan Tanner, the current co-founder of a controversial education service company called Panorama Education. And it's a social learning. You ever heard of social learning? SEL, CASEL, socioeconomic learning. It's basically how they can blend critical race theory into your kid's education. And the company there that Merrick Garland's daughter's husband runs there is providing resource material to school districts and teachers that teach critical race theory. Wait a minute, sorry. We don't teach critical race theory in schools. That's not happening until you have an attorney general of the United States who says if you are going to show up at school board meetings, parents, and have and be pretty angry and upset about what's going on, and you're upset that they're teaching critical race theory in your school, then we're going to show up and we might have a phone number that you can call, that the school board can call if they feel threatened. Yeah, but it's not happening. I mean, it could be something completely different. I mean, because it's always happened. We've always had school boards filled with individuals every single year. For as long as I've been on the radio, for as long as you've lived, you always know that school boards are packed with parents who are passionate about what's going on. Yeah, that's not the case. That feels like a weird conflict of interest coming from the Attorney General, but it doesn't make a difference because they're Democrats. And when you're a Democrat, when you're a liberal, it doesn't matter. You do you, and that's what happens. You do whatever you want, and you basically say, come and get me. You know, there are a lot of school board members locally that feel the same exact way. We're going to do whatever we want and come and get me. And we will do that the right way, the way we always do it, which would be this election cycle. And there will be school board members that will no longer be part of the school board because we will see to it that they are voted out. Because that's how we do it. Now, there might be others that do things differently. And we could even talk about how the FBI has to figure out a way to identify who is and is not a threat in this country. Domestic terrorists, who are they? Would it surprise you if I played some audio coming up of an exchange with the FBI yesterday with a Republican, Nancy Mace of South Carolina, who actually got the FBI to admit that they don't calculate or track violence committed by Antifa. Wait, you mean Antifa that's taken over Portland, that has tried to, and even in recent days, once again burn down a federal building? Mean that group? No, they track the violence. Oh, no. They're too busy worrying about you as parents at school board meetings. Is that what you're suggesting? Well, I'll play the audio and we'll see. All right, 239-479-5592. All right, let's see. We got Joe. Joe's got the answer. What's a Jargy station?
A garage station.
Oh, so he was trying to say garage station, but he said Jargy station. Is that what you're saying?
Right. Yeah, he goes and puts the fuel on the ground to think it's a garage station.
So did you understand what he said? Like, are you good at deciphering Biden speak? Let me see. Hold on a second. Wait, this is a big deal. We might have an interpreter that we can call on. Joe, maybe can we get your number so we can call on you to interpret? All right, so let me see. Hold on a second, Joe. Let's play the Jargy station again.
Parenthetically, when you build a Jargy station, it's like back in the day when my grandpa worked for the American Oil Company back in the turn of the 1920 in that area. They went from state to state convincing people that they allow them to put 20,000 gallons of gasoline under the ground.
All right, so help me out parenthetically. Okay, so we've got our interpreter. It's Joe, and Joe's going to interpret. He's the Biden interpreter. What did that mean?
I think he said they built a garage station. They put gas underneath of it to make people think that there was gas there. I think.
Okay, you got to do. We got to have a definitive, Joe. If you're going to be the official Daybreak Biden impersonator.
Yeah.
Interpreter.
Yeah.
You see where my head is at? I
Yeah.
wonder if that's
Well,
coming
it's
up
pretty
today.
close, though, isn't it? What do you think?
I don't know. I'm still, we can't pay you. I'm sorry. We can't pay for close. Sorry. All right, wait. Stephen Bonita is convinced that he can explain the Jargy system. Go ahead.
Yeah, Joe was really close with that. Lucky for you guys, I've got my doctorate in jargonometry.
You do? Oh, good for you. Okay.
Yeah, and just to give a better explanation of that, the Jargy station actually works with the minutianating, which that he was talking about the times before it was powered by the flux capacitor. So I mean, it's really just layman's terms that it just helps with the jargonimation.
Excellent. That makes complete sense. Jake is very impressed with you right now, Stephen. So
I thought I could bring some clarity to that.
You did. You absolutely did. Thank you. I feel bad because Joe's probably listening, and I'm on the air with you right now, and I might ask if you would be our official Biden interpreter, but if Joe's listening, so just call.
You know what? I could be Joe's assistant.
Well, if we have the two of you together.
I think the two of us together.
We don't have the money.
Really,
we can't afford
really
it. We can't afford you
going.
both. Yeah, we can't afford you. All right. Thank you, Steve. There's Stephen Bonita, who's figured it out. I knew the flux capacitor was in there in some way, shape, or form. That's how you know that. That's how you know. Just getting off topic because I have to because I'm so ticked off right now. That's how you know a movie is awesome because here we are. How many years after that movie? How many years after Back to the Future? 40 years? Has it been 40? Right? In 1980, wasn't it 1985? Yeah, 1985. So do the math. I mean, I can't do the math that fast. What are you talking about? 45 years? 35 years? 35 years. 35 years? And you've got generations that when you say flux capacitor, you know exactly what it is. That's a good movie. That's a life-altering movie. Well, maybe not a life. Maybe that's exaggerating. That's what's the word I'm looking for? I had a late night last night. Forgive me if I repeat myself or if I'm not making sense this morning. I'm already going to ask you to forgive me because I had a late night last night, and not in a good way.
Timeless treasure.
Say what?
A timeless treasure.
Okay, I'll go with that. Yeah, my son's getting ready to turn 13, and stuff's starting to kick, and it's interesting.
Having fun?
Fun's a funny word because one person's fun is another person's nervous. I don't know. No, not at the moment. I mean, I shouldn't say it that way. But there are things that happen to a child when they turn 13 and a boy, and it's
he's growing up.
Yeah, he is. And I know I'm making it sound as if something bad happened. Nothing bad happened at all. I was up late working, and being frustrated about all of this. And all right, before, oh gosh, just give me a second because I have to just play this audio before we go. Actually, you know what? Let's take a break. When we come back from the break, that's what we'll do. Coming up, Josh Hawley had questions for the FBI about school boards and the questions about how could you possibly do this? What's your evidence that you need to have school board members have a hotline to call the FBI, Department of Justice, and all the subgroups to be able to have contact with local law enforcement to say that there's a danger here? Are you serious? Are you kidding me? And what the FBI had to say about that, and also what the FBI has to say about Antifa. Because, you're the ones we have to worry about, parents. But apparently Antifa's... and the governor did have something to say about it. And the governor's taking our side on this. He's right all along. See what I did there? See how I played that in? That was... well, that wasn't really funny. It was just being honest. He's right all along. And after that stunning announcement, what did the governor say? So we'll have all that coming up. Stay where you are. Watch DrewSteele.com. Watch the confusion and craziness this morning. And also, you can subscribe to the podcast. We appreciate that as well. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
Whether you're commuting to the office or driving to the beach, always stay to the right with 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
At Duncan's Diamonds, we are obsessed with finding you a diamond as unique as your love. As direct diamond importers, we traveled the world to find pieces of unbeatable value and quality. We have 30 times the selection of a typical jewelry store. From enchanting engagement rings to previously enjoyed Rolex timepieces, we have a special something for everyone.
Hi, I'm Stuart Duncan from Duncan's Diamonds. We have an unparalleled passion for bringing you the best in diamonds and jewelry. We are here to make the spectacular manageable with expert guidance, exceptional discounts, and unmatched financing programs.
With no middleman, we're able to offer prices 30 to 40% below the rest.
We will not be undersold by anyone, anytime, anywhere, and you can count on it. Come see us today.
Duncan's Diamonds. It's worth the drive to give the gift of a lifetime.
US 41, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Naples at Mercado.
Hey yo, goodbye pets, I'll see you later. Go National Exterminator. 46 bucks, get a rodents and bugs. 239-46, no bugs. Kill it!
Call the boys at National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
Hey yo, goodbye pets, I'll see you later. Go National Exterminator. 46 bucks, get a rodents and bugs. 239-46, no bugs. Kill it!
Call the boys at National Exterminators at 239-46-NO-BUG or visit them online at pestcontrolmadeeasy.com for all your pest control needs. Bugs, termites, rodents, and even attic insulation. Better service, better prices, and no contracts.
Getting older has its advantages. Early bird dinners, senior discounts, day drinking. If you're one of the millions turning 65 soon, it might be time to take a look at your insurance options. Original Medicare, Medicare Advantage, so much to keep in mind. At Millennium Physician Group, half our patients are 65 plus. No matter what insurance benefits you choose, make sure your Millennium primary care doctor is part of your plan and your connection to a healthier life. Millennium Physician Group. Connect today. 844-CALL-MPG, millenniumphysician.com.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. At New South, we are determined to build the best Florida window. Energy-efficient windows that stand up to heat and hurricanes. We call it the ultimate Florida window. Factory direct and guaranteed for life. New South has installed tens of thousands of windows across the state and has been named one of the fastest growing window companies in the nation. And that is why we're New South proud.
Going on now. Save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Conditioned Air wants to introduce you to our new Easy Comfort Solution, the coolest way to get your new AC. Now you can get a new AC unit for one low monthly payment and no down payment. Best of all, annual tune-ups, a smart thermostat, air filters, and repairs due to normal wear and tear are all included. Call Conditioned Air today, the comfort people since 1962. 1-888-COLD-AIR or online at conditionedair.com. License number CAC 1819590.
When you want the very best for your home, there's only one name that stands alone. Hardware and glass in harmony. No frames, no mess. You'll love what you see. Quality, style, and huge selection. Give your bath the look of perfection. Want to see more? Go to my shower door.
Hey, we've got my friend Dave Meister on the phone, of course, with the Floor Meisters, the family-owned Floor Meisters in Naples. And Dave, listen, I know you got a lot of things going on. You're selling a lot of cord tech. That's great, but you got this 8,000 square foot showroom with a selection of carpet that is absolutely unbelievable as well. And the prices right now are pretty amazing. So I hear you got this whole thing going on with Dreamweaver carpet starting at, wait a minute, let me just get this right, at just $1.99 a square foot?
Yes, installed carpet pad and labor, $1.99.
And there's the phones ringing already. Look at that. They're getting excited.
Oh, yeah.
Dave, tell me more about what we've got here.
So we've got a big selection, and this is quite a carpet.
Listen, if you haven't been to the Floormeisters, you really owe it to yourself to visit their store, 6281 Naples Boulevard, right next to Costco. Whether it's tile, laminate, hardwood, or, of course, carpet, they've got it all. So give them a call today, 239-596-4964, or on the web at floormeisters.com.
Lusk Dray Sites in Talisano believes winning cases is no accident. Your case is important. Pick a firm with resources to actually prosecute your case. If your case is accepted, you're guaranteed to not pay a single penny in fees or costs unless you get a favorable settlement or verdict. Lusk Dray Sites in Talisano has over 35 years of experience handling personal injury cases in Florida. Visit ldtlaw.com for a free consultation today. Winning is no accident. Lusk Dray Sites in Talisano. ldtlaw.com.
92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
They might change the rule. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News, ahead of what may be another failed vote today to advance a bill to suspend the debt limit, which the U.S. may hit in 2 weeks. Democrats are trying to sidestep Republicans like Senator John Cornyn.
If they're going to continue this reckless and taxing spending spree, that they're going to have to own it.
Now, President Biden says Democrats may change the Senate filibuster rule so they don't need a full 60 votes to raise the debt limit. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer.
There's still time for Republicans to get out of the way and allow this bill to pass with a simple majority vote.
And Democrats point out this is past debt, built up by both Democratic and Republican administrations.
Fox's Jill Nato. The president went to Michigan pushing a stalled agenda, the bipartisan infrastructure bill, and a plan to spend trillions on social programs like education, health care, and climate initiatives.
These bills are about competitiveness versus complacency. They're about opportunity versus decay.
Two moderate Senate Democrats are trying to cut the size of that spending. All Republicans oppose the plan. Some Americans paying off student loans could get a break. Fox's Tanya J. Powers explains live.
Dave, Department of Education officials say they will temporarily relax the rules for the student loan forgiveness program. That could give debt relief to thousands of teachers, social workers, military members, and others who work in public service. The program was started in 2007 to get more college grads to go into public service, but a whopping 90% of program applicants have been denied. Through October of next year, borrowers who have worked 10 years in a qualifying job will be eligible for loan relief no matter what kind of federal loan or repayment plan they have, and past loan payments that were previously ineligible will now count. Dave.
Tanya, Princeton professor and a German scientist are sharing the Nobel Prize for Chemistry for their work building molecules that can be used to make all kinds of things, from medicines to solar panels to food flavoring. America's listening to Fox News.
This is 92.5 WFSX Estero, Fox News, right all along. On the radio, on your smart speaker, and online at rightallalong.net.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News, traffic.
Good morning. We have a crash in Lehigh Acres along Lee Boulevard at Alvin Avenue with major westbound backups. Avoid that stretch of Lee Boulevard by taking Leonard Boulevard north toward Westgate Boulevard to hop back on Lee from there, or take State Road 82. Should be running up to speed in both directions. Also, east of 75, the Fort Myers Shores area, we have a crash on Palm Beach Boulevard near Weber Boulevard. No roadblock, not too far from Riverdale High School, but you'll likely see some activity and slight slowdowns nearby. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Wednesday. Expect another hot one for today as humidity starts to creep back up into the forecast area. Temperatures will be pushing back to 93 for a daytime high. We're dry to start the day, and we'll stay that way as we head through about lunchtime, though some showers should be popping up as we head towards mainly after 4 p.m. Look out for that chance for isolated rain into the late afternoon and evening time frame. Things dry up as we into your Thursday morning. A mild low near 76 waking up tomorrow. It is going to be another warm day with a high near 92 degrees. Thursday, however, will be featuring a slightly higher chance chance to see some rain and even some thunderstorms with scattered storms the forecast through Friday and the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Does 92.5 Fox News have a live stream? You bet. Go to rightallalong.net.
Hey, this is Papa with a special message. God bless America. I moved our family here in 1986 from Texas. I was brought up with the old-fashioned conservative values. Be honest, tell the truth, do a good job. Hopefully my 3 sons, Casey, Carrie, and Cody, will continue our family business with these same old-fashioned values. If you do call for our free inspection, we'll be honest and show you the facts. If you don't need a new roof, we'll tell you. If you only need some repairs and want your roof to look new and beautiful, we'll do that too, and we'll make it affordable. Many of our customers are snowbirds, and many have told us that they want to move here permanently because of the sad state of affairs in their cities. We love Southwest Florida, and thanks to you, we have a good business. Call me for a free inspection, and we will be on time, and we'll do a good job. Call me at 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Remember, area code 239-945-2700. We love the good old USA. License number CCC 1326213.
WTF. Yeah, you heard right. Rockstar Harley is willing to finance. Come down to Rockstar Harley's WTF 10 event this week. Good credit, bad credit, no credit, we can help. Rockstar Harley has finance specialists on site to help get you approved. Rockstar has the largest new and used Harley inventory in the state. Rockstar Harley's pre-owned overstock Harley sell-off is this week, and we must finance 50 pre-owned bikes by this Sunday. Willing to finance 10 event ends this Sunday. Rockstar Harley is Florida's #1 volume Harley dealer.
For eligible individuals 18 or older only. Not available in Oregon or West Virginia. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With hearing aids from Lively, everything is done remotely in the comfort of your home, from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better. With Lively, you get premium Bluetooth-enabled hearing aids at thousands less than you'd might expect. The best hearing aid technology is now affordable and convenient. Your hearing aids are sent right to your door. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week. No charge. Ah, you people at Lively are wonderful. With Lively hearing aids, you get free shipping, 3 years of follow-up care included free, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage. You can't lose. I hear better than I ever thought possible. Now get $100 off your hearing aids when you go to listenlively.com/radio. That's listenlively.com/radio. listenlively.com/radio.
Hi, I'm Keith, the owner of Storm Shield Windows and Doors in North Fort Myers. And when it comes to hurricane windows and doors, you have 2 choices: Storm Shield and all the rest.
The aesthetics of the appearance from the outside and the inside is just amazing. But it's quiet. It's really quiet inside, and it's made a huge difference in our energy consumption. My name is Dee Channel, and I have 100% confidence in Storm Shield products. On a scale of 1 to 10, they'd be 10 plus.
Yes, my name is Dwayne Channel. My wife and I made a decision to replace our windows. Storm Shield windows, they were the only company that had the hurricane windows that we were looking for. Our best decision we made was purchasing Storm Shield windows.
Storm Shield's windows and doors reduce the exterior noise by up to 80%. And our clients typically see an average energy savings of 40%. Why choose Storm Shield? Because everyone deserves the best. Call us today at 239-491-7002 or visit stormshieldSWFL.com.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. Thank you so much for joining the program. Thank you for making this program a part of your day. We do appreciate it. We really do. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. And if you want to subscribe to the podcast, you could do that right there. Just type Drew Steele into any of your favorite search engines or your favorite podcast locations. You'll find us. You know, sometimes you just have to teach the youths of America here.
Did you say youths?
Yeah, I did. The youths of America. Sometimes you have to teach the adults here in America. Sometimes you have to teach Jake the Millennium what anarchy sounds like. What does it sound like? Domestic terrorism. Do you want to know what domestic terrorism sounds like? I just want to make sure you understand what it sounds like. This is the This is the sound of domestic terrorists. Here we go.
In March, my child had to watch a TED Talk in English class, not on anything related to English, but rather oppression and acknowledging privilege. Any parent with a pulse knows that this is wrong.
Why has public school become so mired in extremist politics and a permissive culture that seems to celebrate the latest popular fads like gender fluidity?
And we oppose your efforts to impose critical race theory, an overtly racist doctrine that teaches our children to judge and categorize others based solely on the color of their skin.
Yeah, there you go. That's the sound of domestic terrorism, of anarchy right there. That's it. That's all you need to know. It's the parents of it's concerned citizens. It's the parents of children who are in the public school system who showed up throughout the summer and continue to show up at school board meetings, who are concerned about a school board that doesn't listen to them, ignores them, treats them as if they're not the primary source when it comes to what we would like for our kids to learn and not learn. We've had enough. And now we're told that, no, it doesn't work that way, that you are the domestic terrorists, that now you have to get the Attorney General, school board, the National School Board Association, who sends a letter out to the FBI. And now the FBI comes along and says, well, you know what? We got 14,000 public school districts, and we're really worried about all of these parents showing up, and we want it to be a safe environment. They have to be able to do their work without fear for their safety. Fear for their safety? What has happened? What is the one specific item that you can look at and say, well, there it is. There is an example of how someone, a member of a school board, was attacked. It was a horrible, you're looking for that example. 14,000 public school districts, where is it? While spirited debate about policy matters is protected under the Constitution, that protection does not extend to threats of violence or efforts to intimidate individuals based on their views. This is the letter from the FBI and the Attorney General, Merrick Garland, out to the FBI and Assistant Attorney General, the Criminal Division of the U.S. Attorneys. And it was yesterday, it was Josh Hawley on Capitol Hill who had questions for the Deputy Attorney General about the specifics on this. Like, you need to be more specific. You've got to let us know. You've got to communicate with us exactly what we're talking about here, because the idea that we're going to all of a sudden weaponize the federal government, the FBI, the Justice Department, we're going to get a phone call from a school board member who feels like they're intimidated because of the way that you are passionate about, like those parents that you just heard, about some of the things that they're not listening to when it comes to the education of their kids. And you're going to make a phone call that now is going to direct the FBI to show up somehow, or you're going to have local law enforcement that's going to be involved as well. It's somehow there's a threat here because you're concerned. We need a little more on the specifics side, and that was Josh Hawley yesterday. Listen to this exchange with the Deputy Attorney General.
Mr. Chairman, Ms. Monaco, I want to come back to this extraordinary letter and memorandum that the Attorney General of the United States issued yesterday. Practically every day brings new reports about this administration weaponizing the federal bureaucracy to go after political opponents. Frankly, I don't think we've ever seen anything like it in American history.
Well, there was Barack Obama. I mean, but anyway, I digress.
I mean, for those of us who missed the McCarthy era, I guess this president is intent on bringing it to us, but with new force and new power and new urgency, unlike anything we've ever seen. Are you aware of any time in American history when an attorney general has directed the FBI to begin to intervene in school board meetings, local school board meetings?
I'm not aware, and I'm not aware that is not going on. Let me be very,
Really,
very
this
clear.
Isn't about local school board meetings? That's not the subject of the memorandum? I thought that was in the memorandum.
The memorandum is quite clear. It's one page, and it asks the U.S. attorney community and the FBI special agents in charge to convene state and local law enforcement partners to ensure that there's an open line of communication to address threats, to address violence, and that's the appropriate role of the Department of Justice to make sure that we are addressing criminal conduct and violence.
I just have to stop there. She didn't mention once what the fact is that it has to do with the school board. Like, not once did she mention the fact that it was about school boards. Like, are you kidding me? Like, that's what it's about. Everybody knows that's what it's about. And not once should she mention the word school board? I mean, I don't know. How do you get away with that? How do you do that?
School board meetings. Let me just ask you this. Is parents waiting sometimes for hours to speak at a local school board meeting to express concerns about critical race theory or the masking of their students, particularly young children? Is that in and of itself, is that harassment and intimidation? Is waiting to express one's view at a school board meeting harassment and intimidation?
As the Attorney General's memorandum made quite clear, spirited debate is welcome, is a hallmark of this country. It's something we all should engage in. And
no, I don't think so, Ms. Monaco. With all due respect, it didn't make it quite clear. It doesn't define those terms, nor does it define harassment or intimidation. It talks about violence. I think we can agree that violence shouldn't be condoned or looked aside from in any way, swept under the rug at all. But harassment and intimidation, what do those terms mean in the context of a local school board meeting?
She doesn't, yeah, exactly. What does it mean? She doesn't even identify what that is. And she doesn't have to. All she has to do is have you as a parent afraid to show up at a school board. Don't do it. Show up. Show up. And that has been one of the answers. What do? We double down. Many people have talked about it throughout the day yesterday. You double down. You show up peacefully, as you have been doing. If you're passionate, keep your passion. There's nothing wrong with being passionate about the fact that you don't like what the school board is doing. But don't stop going. You continue to show up. Don't let them intimidate you. The governor of the state of Florida, Ron DeSantis, quote, Attorney General Garland is weaponizing the DOJ by using the FBI to pursue concerned parents and silence them through intimidation. Florida will defend the free speech rights of its citizens and will not allow federal agents to squelch dissent, unquote. You better believe it. He's not going to allow it. You should not be intimidated by it. And let me play one other thing before we go to break, and it's this. You know, everybody's wondering, where's Christopher Wray? Where is the FBI? What are they going to say something about this? On the heels of all of this, yesterday, there was a hearing that Representative Nancy Mace, a Republican from South Carolina, was pressing an FBI official. And they were talking about issues there with regard to some of the things that were going back to issues there of January 6th. They were talking about who is and is not a domestic terrorist. And I want you to listen to this exchange. It's pretty shocking.
You mentioned in the FBI and domestic terrorism, there are these subcategories of domestic terrorism: racial, anti-government, animal, environmental, abortion, and catch-all. I think those are what I heard. Under the anti-government category or subcategory of domestic terrorism, would that include groups like Antifa or Black Lives Matter, folks who commit violence or acts of domestic terrorism?
Well, we don't identify groups, but individuals' actions. So if individuals are committing actions that would be in furtherance of anti-government or anarchist ideals.
Yeah, he goes on to say that, no, they're not calculating or tracking any of the violence of Antifa at all. Antifa radicals, no, not keeping track of it, sorry. But you, as a parent who's concerned about the education of your kids, you're somehow a domestic terrorist. We got to keep an eye on you and everything. But the Antifa, no. Burning down federal buildings, trying to burn down a federal building in Portland, no, nothing to see here. Everything is fine. Everything that went on last summer, nothing to see here. All the violence that went on, no, Antifa, no, they get a pass. But somehow you see how outrageous this is. You know, Christopher Wray is going to have to speak out on this. He's going to have to let us know his thoughts on this and what the FBI thinks. I mean, it's the same FBI who sent agents, remember this? 12 agents to go to a pull string at a NASCAR garage, right? Wasn't that the case? And when it comes to Kristen Sinema and some of the people that are going up to her and the harassment there and some of what we're hearing now, nothing. It's crickets. 239-479-5592. Let's take a break. And when we come back, we can talk more about this. Your thoughts on this now when it comes to parents and don't be intimidated now. This is what they're trying to do. Stop you from showing up at school board meetings because they know they're losing the argument when it comes to mask mandates and critical race theory. They're losing the argument. And so now the intimidation comes in. Sorry. No. Not doing it. Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
Good morning. Westbound, we're seeing major backups along Palm Beach Boulevard, heading right near River Hall Elementary and Riverdale High School, through the Alva area near Buckingham Road because of two different crashes on Palm Beach Boulevard near the intersection of Weber Boulevard. So expect delays out there. Also have major backups along Sunshine Boulevard North because of a crash near the intersection of West 12th Street and Northern Lehigh Acres. A lot of emergency units on scene responding to that crash, possibly some roadblock and definitely dealing with injuries at that crash scene. We also have an accident along Lee Boulevard at Alvin Avenue with slowdowns westbound in that area. Not too bad across Collier County right now. We have a crash getting cleared up on Golden Gate Boulevard East, right near 2nd Street Northeast, and another one along 75, the exit 105 to Golden Gate Parkway northbound on the entrance ramp. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Therese O'Shea. Week News now.
The news you need, the host you trust, getting it right all day and all night. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
I like daffodils, tulips, the big dinner plate dahlias. I loved being in the garden, but I wasn't going to be able to because I couldn't not only walk, but I couldn't really stand on my foot without being in pain. It was excruciating. So my husband said, let's go to the Good Feet store.
For over 20 years, we've helped people like Terry live the life they love without letting their feet get in the way.
This nice young man said, I think I can help you. He got the arch support, and I was fitted. And I kept walking back and forth across the store, and I looked at my husband and burst into tears because it was the first time in a year that I have not had any pain in my foot. I have had no pain since the day I bought him. Now I can do whatever I want. There isn't any place on my property that doesn't have flowers blooming 365 days a year. I still can't believe it. My name is Terry, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Call 552-FEET or visit us in Naples or our newest store in Fort Myers.
Hey, look, you don't have to go through the fall months with that joint pain. You can call QC Kinetics now. Regenerative solutions that are here, bringing lasting relief from joint pain with no downtime, no surgery, no steroids. It's Drew Steele talking about QC Kinetics. They use natural biologic therapies that restore and repair damaged tissue in your knees, shoulders, hips, and back. Patients here are raving about the results. Don't think surgery is your only option. Call QC Kinetics now and learn more about these exciting natural alternatives. You've heard football legend Emmitt Smith talk about QC. It's time you see what it's all about. Fall is the time to enjoy life to its fullest, so why not act right now? Restorative, regenerative therapies, they're available now. And the office consultation is free. Call QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical joint pain relief. Call QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical joint pain relief, 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN, 239-893-PAIN.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching the program and subscribing to the podcast. Oh, you got to be kidding me now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here he is. It's the President of the United States. It's Joe Biden. Hello, sir.
Hey, pal. Good to be on the Headache with Hugh Beale show, man.
It's Daybreak with Drew Steele. It's Daybreak with Drew Steele.
That's what I said. That's what I said.
Yeah, okay.
Look, I got some fun news to share.
Yeah.
Dr. Jilly just got these amazing Sopranos-themed Halloween decorations for the front porch of the White House. Yeah, we're going to put out these gabagools. God, love them.
Okay. All right, Mr. President, did you happen to watch the season premiere of Saturday Night Live? I don't know if you knew this, but they got a new guy doing an impression of you.
You know, I saw that guy, and, I caught a few minutes of him. And I got to admit, I thought old James Earl Jones, he lost a lot of weight, and he made me sound lower. He did. Well,
no, sir. His name is His name is James Austin Johnson. I think it's a different actor you're thinking of.
Oh, well, I think there was something off about his depression.
You mean his impression?
I just said that.
Okay.
Is there an echo in here, Mac?
Yeah, okay.
Come on. No, he still has to work on talking like me better because you could still understand every damn word he said.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he got everybody's name right. Even the pronunci ones, that are hard to. You know the thing.
Yeah, I think I understand what you're trying to get at.
But I will say this, Jack.
Yeah.
I'm inclined to like him because he has 3 names, just like that radical nut job who's giving me headaches on the progressive side of my party, man. You know her, AOC, Alexa, occasional curtains. God love her. Isn't she something else?
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, she's something. Yes, Mr. President, did you manage to catch the Sunday talk shows? The former Jersey Governor Christie there was on ABC, and he was quoted saying that the 2020 Joe Biden is now officially dead and buried. What about that? Whoa.
Well, I hate to differ with the old Chris there, but I've actually been dead since the late 90s, man. What you see on your TV every day is just a real testament to the brave, talented men and women of the United States and my hair and makeup team. After they've done their magic, even I think I look lifelike.
Yeah, that's true.
Saying something.
Yeah, it is.
But that's just some self-depreciating humor there before I lay into the old Christie there, boy. Yeah. He made me want to mama slap that smirk off his jowls when he says that.
Yeah, okay.
You listen to me, Governor Krispy Kreme. Saying something like that takes a lot of nerve, boy, and which is hard to believe for a guy your size because you probably can't feel anything through all those layers of blubber.
All right. So, yeah, okay.
I tell you what, folks.
Yeah.
Chris Christie's a lot like my son Hunter's artwork. He's a gigantic pile of worthless crap that we can't get rid of.
Yeah, well, there's something to that. All right, hold on a second. We're getting another call here. Jake is telling me. What's hello, hold on. 92.5 Fox News. Who's this?
Right all along.
Hey, it's former President Trump. There you go. What a nice surprise. And we've got.
What the hell's going on
here? As you can tell.
Sleepy Joe. What's crashing faster these days? You during a cabinet meeting or your approval rating? Oh, shut up, man. This is my intervention. You stay out of this.
We'll get back to you, sir. Just a second. Hold on, President.
Why don't you just sit back and listen to how a real president gets interviewed, okay? Stuff it in your blowhole, man. Look, Stu, this is my chance to promote the interstate bill. You said I could come on and talk to the American peoples and Fort Middle, so we can build back a sports bet. Hey, have you ever done the online sports betting with the app thing?
What?
But Hunter's addicted. He can't stop. Sports betting all the time.
Yeah.
I says, son, the house always wins, man. The house always wins.
Yeah, okay. Hey, former President Trump, last week you had that federal judge in Florida ask to make Twitter get you back on again, restore that account, right?
That's right.
Yes,
that's right.
Yep, and listen, we want to get you back on Twitter, right? I mean, if they're not going to reinstate it, it's like it's not a good thing for you, right? I mean, you're 88 million. You got tons of followers, millions of followers. I mean, but you're worried about the harm that it's going to cause. What about that?
Huge amounts of harm caused to me and my followers, Drew. Okay. They're sitting there patiently waiting on Twitter.
Yep.
Just patiently.
Yep.
Hoping and praying for a mighty Trump tweet to brighten their day.
They would.
They're scrolling and they're scrolling. They don't see it. They don't see it.
Yeah.
And before you know, they accidentally read something from Bernie Sanders or Alyssa Milano or Kathy Griffin, and then they join Antifa. It's so sad. It's sad. It's a real thing that's happening, and it needs to stop.
Yeah.
It needs to stop for the good of our country.
Yeah.
I mean, in all fairness, with Twitter, I can reach so many people in an instant.
It's true.
Without Twitter, I have to resort to other tactics, like starting my own blog. Nobody likes that. Driving around, yelling into a megaphone, or as I like to call it, a magaphone. I could do it, but it's not nearly as effective. You understand?
Yeah. And listen, by the way, speaking of elections, Florida, you said you could easily beat the Florida governor if he was to run in the 2024 primary, and that you'd beat him like anybody else. Is that what you're saying?
Now, I know it appears that the bromance between me and Governor DeSantis is in trouble, but it's not.
No.
It's not, Drew, okay? This is just people talking, trying to sell news publications.
Yeah.
Okay, DeSantis, if anything, should be my running mate, right?
Okay.
With his energy and my youth, we would be completely unstoppable.
Yeah.
Completely. Unlike Sleepy Joe, they stop him from taking questions at a press conference, so he doesn't have, say anything stupid. Good luck policing that White House staff, Joe. Shut up, you orange windbag.
Easy.
F Joe Biden. F Joe Biden.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Man,
Hey, okay, we might want to stop here, guys. Okay, that's
well,
good.
At least I can take a joke on SNL, man, and not threaten to sue him. Sleepy Joe, you are the joke, okay?
It's true. All right, we got to go.
Hey, where's my fiber shake? Jilly, where's my fiber?
Your fiber
Stay,
shake.
I don't know what the hell's going on. Stay huge, Drew.
Don't know either. Okay.
Huge.
All right, goodbye, gentlemen. All right.
I'm back on Twitter. Don't worry.
All right. It's the I don't know what to say. All right, we're going to move on. That's what I'm going to say. 239-479-5592. All right, it's Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Keeping it right here. We're 92.5 Fox News. And we've been right all along.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here with a warning. I don't write this stuff, so we're going to have a little fun with it. Dr. France and his team at the France Cosmetic Center introducing their, are you ready? Halloween's around the corner. Botox special. Get it? I'm Count Rincula, here to tell you, don't look so scary. Dr. France is proud to introduce Southwest Florida to Dr. Christine Bachman, a Beverly Hills-trained cosmetic surgeon at France Cosmetic Center and an expert in the art of helping you look as good as you feel. Now through October 31st, France Cosmetic Center offering you their Botox special, $10 per unit of Botox, a fantastic deal. In addition, they're offering $50 off basic or deluxe hydrofacials for first-timers, an amazing deal that will not last long. Call 239-418-0999 to schedule your Botox treatment from Dr. Rincula. And enjoy your first hydrofacial at $50 off.
France Eye Care.
When you call Conditioned Air, your comfort becomes our main priority. We put customer relationships first, and our team is committed to earning your trust and exceeding your expectations. You can count on us for straightforward answers and smart solutions. This is why our employees receive bonuses based on compliments from customers, not on sales goals. Your comfort comes first, and that's why we've been Southwest Florida's comfort people since 1962. Call the Conditioned Air team today at 1-888-COLD-AIR or online at conditionedair.com. License number CAC 1819590.
Recently, a new client called me and started by saying, Mr. Morgan, I really need your help, but I'm just a nobody. Those words stunned me, and I immediately called him back. At Morgan & Morgan, our goal is to level the playing field for you and your family at your time of need. The insurance company has unlimited money and resources. You need a firm who can fight them toe-to-toe. Everybody is a somebody, and nobody is a nobody. Visit forthepeople.com to learn about our firm. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Offices, Fort Myers and
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. We all count on our home's electrical outlets to provide us the power we need when we need it. But sometimes an overloaded circuit can lead to a blown outlet. So leave it to the pros at Mr. Sparky. We'll get it done right and get it done safely. Call now for $70 off any electrical repair.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News. Traffic.
Good morning. Westbound, we're seeing major backups along Palm Beach Boulevard heading right near River Hall Elementary and Riverdale High School through the Alva area near Buckingham Road because of two different crashes on Palm Beach Boulevard near the intersection of Weber Boulevard. So expect delays out there. Also have major backups along Sunshine Boulevard North because of a crash near the intersection of West 12th Street and Northern Lehigh Acres. A lot of emergency units on scene responding to that crash. Possibly some roadblock and definitely dealing with injuries at that crash scene. We also have an accident along Lee Boulevard at Alvin Avenue with slowdowns westbound in that area. Not too bad across Collier County right now. We have a crash getting cleared up on Golden Gate Boulevard East, right near 2nd Street Northeast, and another one along 75, the exit 105 to Golden Gate Parkway northbound on the entrance ramp. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Week News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
We'll
happy Wednesday. Expect another hot one for today as humidity starts to creep back up into the forecast area. Temperatures will be pushing back to 93 for a daytime high. We're dry to start the day and we'll stay that way as we head through about lunchtime, though some showers should be popping up as we head towards mainly after 3-4 p.m. Look out for that chance for isolated rain into the late afternoon and evening time frame. Things dry up as we head into your Thursday morning. A mild low near 76 waking up tomorrow. It is going to be another warm day with a high near 92 degrees. Thursday, however, will be featuring a slightly higher chance to see some rain and even some thunderstorms with scattered storms the forecast through Friday and the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
When listening to the radio in your car, remember to always drive on the right side of the road. Keep it here on 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Does market turbulence and economic turmoil have you worried about your retirement nest egg? I'm Alfie Townsend. Learn how to navigate these uncertain times. Tune in to Saving the Investor radio show every Saturday at 9 a.m. or visit us at savingtheinvestor.com.
Check this out, Southwest Florida. We're happy to announce you can still get the original MSRP for your trade-in, but only at Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, regardless of brand or where you bought it, Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Yes, that means whatever your car was worth when it was new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only here at Naples Nissan. We've got hundreds of new and like-new low-mileage pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Now is the time for you to make that upgrade. To get full details on how you can get the full original base MSRP for your trade-in, come see us at Naples Nissan here on Pine Ridge Road or visit naplesnissan.com today. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
No matter what it's like outside, Trane makes it comfortable inside. You can get a great deal now on a new heating and cooling system at Trane. Visit TraneInfo.com. Visit TraneInfo.com to find your local dealer and more, because it's hard to stop a train.
I'm Mark Anajar from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Unfortunately, many drivers in Florida do not carry liability insurance or have limits of insurance that are insufficient to cover your injuries. Uninsured motorist is valuable coverage that you can purchase to protect you in those instances. Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
Office in Fort Myers, Naples.
What makes Genesis of Naples the #1 selling Genesis dealer in the nation? It's our incredible selection and professional sales staff. Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples. When I drive my beautiful new 2021 Genesis GV80 around town, the first thing everyone says to me is, "What is that beautiful SUV?" I tell them it's the all-new first ever SUV from Genesis. Then they usually ask, "How much does it cost?" I know it's hard to believe, but it starts at just $49,500 and the fully equipped Prestige for just over $70,000. It has an amazing interior and breathtaking design and your choice of turbo engines and rear and all-wheel drive. But that's not all. We have a huge selection of the all-new 2021 Genesis G80s and G90s. Come visit Genesis of Naples on Airport Road or genesisofnaples.com. I love my GV80 and you'll love it too.
All offers with approved credit on select models. Based on January 2021 retail sales. 72 months at $0 per month for 1,000 finance. No down payment required.
Rock Solid wants you to be our customer at Rock Solid Countertops and More. $9.99 gets it done. For a limited time only, get a full set of kitchen countertops from $9.99 installed. Rock Solid guarantees to beat any competitor's prices, including installation. So come see Hugo and his team in Naples. And now serving Port Charlotte at 4135 Tamiami Trail. Visit RockSolidNaples.com. Rock Solid, where $9.99 gets it done.
When you run a business, setbacks change everything. And online, they happen fast. With your Comcast Business Internet, you can stay ahead. And now you can add Comcast Business Security Edge to make your network more secure. It helps keep your network safe with scans every 10 minutes. And unlike some cybersecurity options, this helps protect every device that's connected. Because when your information, your people, and your company have Security Edge, you can be ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a great offer for $35 each month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Want even more speed? Find out how to get 10 gigs for your small business. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to find out more. Offer ends 11/7/21. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers only. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Security Edge not included.
Stay right here, because after Drew, it's Glenn Beck, 9 to noon. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching the program and subscribing to the podcast. Coming up, something was weird with the whole Facebook, this Frances Haugen, this Facebook whistleblower, something weird about the whistleblower. And I think many people picked up on it yesterday, that this is kind of, it's not what it seems, everybody, because ultimately, when Facebook comes along and says, I don't know who this person is, but I just want to let you know that we agree that we need to have Congress step up and do something about us. Like, wait, what? Did Facebook, like, why are they saying that? Oh, there's a reason behind all of this. It's really strange. It's a strange story. All right, a lot of interesting stories have been out there, as a matter of fact, for a couple of weeks now, and Brendan Leslie's been following these stories. Has to do with some education issues with regard to FGCU here locally and some other things that are going on. And you know him from flconservativevoice.com, Florida Conservative Voice. It's Brendan Leslie joining us on Daybreak, 92.5 Fox News. First of all, good morning, sir.
Good morning. How we doing?
You know, we're doing well. You've got your morning voice on, which is nice.
Yep.
Hey,
this is the roll out of bed voice.
That's okay. Whatever it is. It's fine. Look, one of the stories we have been keeping an eye on, you've been keeping an eye on, and I've been keeping an eye on the fact that you've been keeping an eye on the story about the teacher from FGCU, the professor, you know, because conservatives can't have normal children, and had this posted in the classroom. First of all, explain the story and then where we are today, because there's some news on that.
Well, I just want to give a quick round of applause for Naples Daily News. Congrats, you guys. You started reporting some real news about a week after I did it. It took you a little bit, but you got there, and I'm proud of you.
Okay.
You know, it's quite amazing. So what happened was a student took a picture of a slideshow in a classroom in FGCU, and it was a picture of Donald Trump and Governor Ron DeSantis, and it just said, how can two anti-vaxxers, climate deniers, blah, 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 have normal offspring? And so I posted the picture and did the report, and I said, well, this is clearly indoctrination with public tax funding money. And a few days later, the FGCU, quote, permanently removed the professor from the classroom. Now, they're not giving us the credit. They're not saying that it was because of that slideshow, but they did acknowledge that they are investigating that slideshow. It's just very convenient to say, to not admit. Of course, it's obviously probably that. We don't officially know, but the teacher was removed about 3 days after posting that. So it's a win for the good guys.
And that's how you're going to do it, is by speaking out. You know, it's amazing to me how we're getting to a place now where we're being told that those that have a problem with what's going on, whether it's in education at universities or whether it's education with our kids in elementary, middle, and high schools, that we are told that we're not allowed to speak out. Our right to assemble is being questioned. If you're angry about it, you can't be angry because that's equivalent to violence. And you know what? We're going to give the FBI a call on this if we feel threatened. It's pretty outrageous where we are in this situation with what happened yesterday. Actually, the day before, an Attorney General, Merrick Garland, putting out that message to the Department of Justice and other entities about, going after people at school board meetings and keeping an eye on, if the school board feels like they want to call us and and feel threatened, then let us know that we're going to do what we can to marshal together all the local authorities and sheriffs to get together to do something about it. And again, it's the intimidation that we continue to see from this administration, but even at a local level, that we can't stop pushing back against those who are telling us that we don't have any place to be upset about the policies that they're putting in place that we're upset about.
Oh yeah, you gotta bet that Chris Patrica, Betsy Vaughn, and all them are going to be the first school boards calling up the FBI to come and intervene with the mean parents here in Lee County. It's just an absolute disgrace. It is nothing more than an intimidation factor. You nailed it. I was at the Lee County meeting that went pretty national, where there was pushing and shoving happening between the maskers and the anti-maskers. Was that like a month ago? And let me just be clear. What happened that day was nothing more than one cop could have handled that situation, and one cop did handle that situation. There is absolutely no need. They're acting like that we're going to be the Antifa riot people and burn down these schools, but that's just completely false. I haven't heard of any issue across the nation where there was actual real violence besides a couple pushes. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And you know what? Have they looked at the other side when these pushing matches happen at the school board meetings? How much is to blame on the left? Here in Lee County, the pushing matches started because they kept putting their hands on me, and I was just standing there, and other people reacted. So it's just, people need to just tune that out and ignore it. Governor DeSantis won't have anything of it.
Well, and we're going to get to that in just a second, but it's hard to ignore, Brendan, because here's the problem. You know, what he's talking about, Brendan Leslie, the last, I think it was, a couple of weeks ago, the school board meeting where there was some pushing and shoving outside, and some of the local media was there to film it and put it out there as if it was violence against school board members, which it wasn't. It was outside of the building, and who was instigating the issue. Nobody bothered to even talk about that or bring that up. They automatically made the assumption that it was the parents, which goes right along with the narrative that we're starting to see being pushed. Clearly, if anybody was saying something to the effect of, you all are crazy for bringing up that we think that parents don't have a right to speak, or that the violence is happening on one side, and how dare you suggest that we think that it's the parents are suggesting violence, then why is it that the National School Board decided to put out that message to the FBI and that letter stating that they believe that you've got parents in a situation where they are being accused of being domestic terrorists, and now something has to be done? Don't tell us that that's not a step to try to intimidate parents from not showing up, and now you've got to double down and make sure you show up now more than ever. But the other thing is, too, what the governor said. Go ahead.
I think the school board, the National School Board, is just they're caught red-handed being idiots, and they know they're wrong. They know their policies suck, and they're feeling the pressure, and they know that they can't get around this. So I got to call in the big guy from the White House to be a complete tyrant and hopefully fight back against the parents that way.
Now, DeSantis fired back at the Attorney General. What did he say specifically?
And he said it won't stand in Florida. He's like, you will not be using the FBI at our school board meetings. Our local law enforcement is more than enough. And that he's completely right. It's just a completely over-exaggerated situation. And it's just, it really bothers me, because I was at Antifa riots. I saw them up close last summer, and those people destroyed towns. But the FBI can't be bothered with that. The FBI can't be bothered with female gymnasts being molested, but they can be bothered by a couple mean parents saying some mean words to these school board members. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and let me just mention that Brendan Leslie joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, FLConservativeVoice.com. Someone who maybe you, because you mentioned it, maybe you can describe this. You did decide to go to a lot of the rioting and the looting and destruction that was happening last summer. You did witness it firsthand. As a matter of fact, it was one or two of the videos that you had there that went viral, pointing out a lot of the violence. Maybe you can even describe what that looks like, because it appears as if some people need to hear this. Like, they don't understand the difference between concerned parents who are angry and agitated and upset about the fact that a school board is not listening to them and might say a mean thing to them, hurting their feelings, and really what Antifa and some of the far left radicals are doing. Maybe you can describe what that looked like.
Well, I can tell you when I went to Kenosha in Wisconsin, that's where Kyle Rittenhouse shot a couple people, and it was a war zone. It was an absolute war zone. When I went there, I couldn't believe what I was seeing, and just the people were like, they were scared. No one was on the streets. All the businesses were boarded up. There was burnt down businesses. There was this one car lot, that used car lot, small business, completely burned to the ground. Every single car was destroyed. The building was destroyed. Garbage everywhere. And you had wire fences up. It just wasn't a safe place. I did not feel comfortable at all. I felt like I was in a third world country, and that was after Antifa rolled through and just did their thing.
Yeah, and so we bring this up because understand that the more you begin to hear about what is going on with the weaponization of the federal government against you as parents, which is such an outrage, talking about going to a school board meeting where they're even out of what you could say is their jurisdiction, if you will. If it's up to the local and state authorities to handle this, the federal government does not constitutionally have the ability to even do this. It's going to be challenged. There's no way that that's going to stand. I don't believe, but we'll see how that plays out. But ultimately, the more information and the more you hear about situations like this, the more you have this out there, the more you're going to be able to identify those people who are going to try to intimidate you and make you feel like you are the problem and that you're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed to assemble. You're not allowed to go to a school board meeting. And that is not true. You're allowed to go to a school board meeting, not be violent. Nobody's asking for you to be violent. Nobody's ever asked for you to be violent. To show up at a school board meeting, if you're passionate, by all means, you can be passionate. You can be upset, speak to what it is that is the issue, whether it is a mask mandate or whether it's critical race theory, that now we're finding out that, look, they're caught. They're absolutely caught. The agenda of the left is now fully exposed, and what they're trying to do to our kids. And we're just not going to have it. So again, when you go to places like flconservativevoice.com and you can get information like this, especially on a local level, and you can get to see these stories, it's important. Hey, before we go, just a quick thing that I know you wanted to mention about the state legislature. Is the state legislature going to stop private businesses from mandating the jab? What were your thoughts on that? What's going on?
I got you on that. And real quick, one more point on our previous talk. Remember when President Trump sent in the National Guard into these cities that were getting ravaged by Antifa? He was called a tyrant and met with so much pushback. But Joe Biden is going to go send the federal agents to the local school boards, and he's being praised for it. It's ridiculous. When it comes to the state legislator, I know the number one question everyone keeps asking me is, what are they going to stop private businesses from mandating the vaccines? Excuse me. Unfortunately, it doesn't appear to be that way. Will Governor DeSantis do anything at this point? That's remained to be seen. Does he have the power to do that? That is what they're trying to figure out. But when it comes to the state legislator, it appears we have too many moderate Republicans that are not willing to step up and do the job that needs to be done and stop these vaccine mandates. I can tell you that there are things in the works that will help, but won't be the complete solution, and those will be unveiled soon. But until then, it's unfortunate, and I'll be continuing to push those members, and hopefully we can get something done.
All right. flconservativevoice.com is the website. Florida Conservative Voice. It's Brendan Leslie joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Okay, my friend. I'll see you later. Thanks.
Have a good one. Thank you.
All right. 239-479-5592. Right now, it is time for you to call. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD, if you want to try to show off to your friends and family. Let's see what you've got. Caller number 5 right now at 239-479-5592. Let's play Drew's College next on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. Right all along with traffic. Here's Therese O'Shea.
A busy morning commute out there, especially through eastern Lee County. We have a crash with major backups and injuries reported at North River Road and River Chase Court in Alva. That's north of the Caloosahatchee River, so seeing some backups there. Also along Palm Beach Boulevard, a little farther south toward Buckingham Road, a crash near Weber Boulevard. 2 different crash scenes out there, in fact. contributing to the westbound backups along Palm Beach. Keeping an eye on a crash also at Buckingham Road and Gunnery Road with some southbound delays on Gunnery near Buckingham Field. And then also seeing a crash still at 12th Street West and Sunshine Boulevard North with backups in both directions on Sunshine. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Wednesday, Southwest Florida. As we head into today, expect another warm one. Temperatures will be back to near 93 for high. And while we're trying to start the day, we will be looking at some isolated rain returning, especially as we head into about mid-late afternoon and on into this evening. A few showers possible to stick around even as we head into tonight. Temperatures waking up to 76 degrees for a dry starting near Thursday. Another high near 92 degrees with a higher chance to see some scattered rain and thunderstorms for tomorrow. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Liberals suck. That's why we have Clay and Buck. Clay Travis and Buck Sexton. Today, noon to 3 on 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
How often have you heard from your wealth advisor over the last 6 months? Markets have moved up and down, and laws around retirement plans and inheritance have changed quickly. We've heard from too many people at other national financial firms that they've been contacted rarely or not at all. At the Naples Trust Company, our clients enjoy a one-on-one relationship with their investment and fiduciary team members, each of whom are locally based and meet regularly with clients for in-person or virtual visits. This personal touch is a trademark of the Trust Company. We make it a point to know you, your family members, and the goals that are most important to you. Are you ready for a better experience? Call us for an appointment at 239-774-4000 or visit NaplesTrustCompany.com to discover the difference.
A division of the Sanibel Captiva Trust Company. Investments involve risk and are not guaranteed.
Celebrate your accomplishments with a previously enjoyed Rolex watch from Duncan's Diamonds. From sporty to dress models.
Hi, I'm Stuart Duncan, and here at Duncan's Diamonds, we have the finest previously enjoyed Rolexes available.
We make the process easy, beginning with the guidance of our expert consultants.
Why buy a new Rolex at full price when you can buy the exact same watch, only a few years older, certified, fixed up, refurbished with a 2-year warranty? And our knowledgeable staff will make your experience as memorable as your timepiece. Come to Duncan's Diamonds today and leave confident. You will receive the highest quality at the best possible prices. We will not be undersold by anyone, anytime, anywhere, and you can count on that.
Duncan's Diamonds. Come celebrate with the Rolex of your dreams. Naples at Mercado, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Fort Myers on US 41. Find your own one-of-a-kind jewelry.
What makes Genesis of Naples the #1 selling Genesis dealer in the nation? It's our incredible selection and professional sales staff. Hi, I'm Sheila Zellers, owner of Genesis of Naples. When I drive my beautiful new 2021 Genesis GV80 around town, the first thing everyone says to me is, "What is that beautiful SUV?" I tell them it's the all-new first ever SUV from Genesis. Then they usually ask, "How much does it cost?" I know it's hard to believe, but it starts at just $49,500 and the fully equipped Prestige for just over $70,000. It has an amazing interior and breathtaking design and your choice of turbo engines in rear and all-wheel drive. But that's not all. We have a huge selection of the all-new 2021 Genesis G80s and G90s. Come visit Genesis of Naples on Airport Road or genesisofnaples.com. I love my GV80 and you'll love it too.
All offers with approved credit on select models. Based on January 2021 retail sales. 72 months at $0 per month for 1,005 months. No down payment required.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Dan Martineau from D.R. Martineau Roofing and Gutters. Get your mind out of the gutters. We are proud to announce the addition of our seamless aluminum gutter division. Contact our team for your free quote. Just Google DRM Roofing.
License number CCC 1326954.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Jason and Todd believe in value. They're direct diamond importers and hand select each diamond directly from the cutters. By cutting out the middlemen, the Diamond District offers the best quality diamonds at the lowest prices, and they pass that savings on to you.
At the Diamond District.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to John in Fort Myers. Good morning, John.
Good morning, Drew.
It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD or associate's degree. Question, sir, starts right now. Hey, John, who won the Democrat nomination for President of the United States in the year 2012? The Democrat nominee for President in 2012.
2012 would have been Barack Obama.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got an associate's, a bachelor's degree on this question. What's the highest court in the United States?
Supreme Court.
That is correct, sir. Got a bachelor's, or see if you get a master's degree on this question. Who gave the first State of the Union address in 1790? The first State of the Union address in 1790. Who was that?
Oh, my goodness. Jefferson.
No, it would be George Washington. George Washington, the first State of the Union address, 1790. All right, well, let's see if you get a master's degree on this very question. How about this? In 1858, this Senate candidate said, "A house divided against itself cannot stand." Who was
Abraham
that?
Lincoln.
That is correct, sir. All right, well, look at you. You did strong out of the gate, a little flub, and then the next thing you know, you unflub the flub. So that's what it's about. This show, John, is all about unflubbing your flubs.
Love your show.
Love you back, and even with all your flubs, sir. That's flubs or none. Is there such thing as unflubbing? Can we figure that out? Don't Google it, because it's hard to trust institutions these days. Lots of them. All right. Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart is going to join us in a couple of minutes. Daybreak 92.5 Fox News.
This is Daybreak 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, this is Papa reporting that a lady recently complained that she did not like my commercial about the guy spitting chewing tobacco. She said that sound made her sick. I asked her what she thought about my commercial of Bart the donkey, and she went... Either way, a special thanks to over 4,000 wonderful people who did respond to Papa's wacky commercials and making this past year our biggest, most profitable year in over 30 years. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Kerry, and Cody, we invite you to call Papa for our free tile roof inspection. If we find needed repairs, we'll do our best to make it affordable. Let us show you how we can clean and seal your tile roof, pavers, and pool decks the eco-friendly way, and it's cleaner, safer, and lasts longer. We promise to keep the donkey off your roof. Call me, Papa, for our free tile roof inspection. 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Remember, area code 239-945-2700. We're open 24/7. License number CCC 1326213.
Hi, I'm Ty Laster, managing partner and CEO of Key City Capital. My family and I are putting down roots right here in Southwest Florida and are so happy to be a part of this community. We hope to meet you out at one of the country clubs or walking the town center or out on one of the beautiful beaches or parks. So why are we Key City Capital here in Southwest Florida? Well, at KCAP, our mission is to connect capital to wealth for all of our partners through passive real estate investments. And very simply, we generate and distribute double-digit returns for our investors by investing in single-family homes and apartments and unique alternative cash-flowing asset-backed investments.
If you're looking for significant returns from real estate and alternative investments without any risk of loss to your principal and without all the work of collecting rent or worrying about stock market volatility, call us today at 239-330-2080. That's 239-330-2080. Or check us out online today at kcap925.com. That's kcap925.com.
Grandpa Joe doesn't want voter ID, but Uncle Sam says we have to do a station ID. 92.5 WFSX Estero, Fox News. Right, all along.
This Wink News update is presented by New South Window Solutions. Find them online at newsouthwindow.com.
Wink News traffic.
A busy morning commute out there, especially through eastern Lee County. We have a crash with major backups and injuries reported at North River Road and River Chase Court in Alva. That's north of the Caloosahatchee River, so seeing some backups there. Also along Palm Beach Boulevard, a little farther south toward Buckingham Road, a crash near Weber Boulevard. 2 different crash scenes out there, in fact, contributing to the westbound backups along Palm Beach. Keeping an eye on a crash also at Buckingham Road and Gunnery Road with some southbound delays on Gunnery near Buckingham Field. And then also seeing a crash still at 12th Street West and Sunshine Boulevard North with backups in both directions on Sunshine. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea, Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
We'll have
happy Wednesday. Expect another hot one for today as humidity starts to creep back up into the forecast area. Temperatures will be pushing back to 93 for a daytime high. We're dry to start the day and we'll stay that way as we head through about lunchtime, though some showers should be popping up as we head towards mainly after 4 p.m. Look out for that chance for isolated rain into the late afternoon and evening time frame. Things dry up as we enter your Thursday morning, a mild low near 76. Waking up tomorrow, it is going to be another warm day with the high near 92 degrees. Thursday, however, will be featuring a slightly higher chance to see some rain and even some thunderstorms with scattered storms in the forecast through Friday and the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Bugged by the left? Log on to rightallalong.net, the place to find 92.5 Fox News online.
Hi, this is Earl Ron. I'm the president of New South Window Solutions. What I like people to understand about our company is what's unique about us. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. We go out of our way to make it easy. If you're thinking about buying new windows, consider New South. Don't even think about buying windows from anyone else till you see what our factory can do for you. New South windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers.
Going on now, save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
Tonight on CBS, CSI, the global phenomenon, opens a brand new chapter in Las Vegas.
If we don't get to the truth, nobody will.
It's a new team of crime scene investigators.
We're talking about my lab's reputation.
Preserving justice in Sin City.
Look at the evidence.
CSI Vegas. Series premiere tonight, 10/9 Central on CBS.
CSI, tonight starting at 10 on Wink TV.
Introducing the FPL Energy Manager, a new way to take control of your energy use and your bill. You can monitor, analyze, even simulate your energy use and save. Find savings to sing about at fpl.com/take control.
Check this out, Southwest Florida. We're happy to announce you can still get the original MSRP for your trade-in, but only at Naples Nissan. If your trade-in is a 2013 or newer with less than 120,000 miles on it, regardless of brand or where you bought it, Naples Nissan will pay you the full original base MSRP for it so you can drive home in a brand new Nissan. Yes, that means whatever your car was worth when it was new, even if you didn't buy it new, that's exactly what it will be worth right now. But only here at Naples Nissan. We've got hundreds of new and like-new low-mileage pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Now is the time for you to make that upgrade. To get full details on how you can get the full original base MSRP for your trade-in, come see us at Naples Nissan here on Pine Ridge Road or visit naplesnissan.com today. Offers on select models with approved credit and cannot be combined.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Hey, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. The talk and text line streaming live. DrewSteele.com. The website, Steele has 3 E's. You know, we always appreciate you listening to this program. Thank you. We are truly blessed and humbled that you choose to make this program the beginning, the start of your day. And thank you for trusting us. Certainly, you can watch at DrewSteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's, and subscribe to the podcast. We thank you for that. Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart joining us right now on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. He picked quite the day to be with me because I'm going to apologize in advance. I'm a little feisty today. I'm a little upset. I'm a little angry. I'm a little bit of everything today, so maybe you can calm me down. Or maybe not. I don't know. First of all, how are you today?
I'm doing great, Drew, but when you say that today you're a little feisty, I'm not quite sure what you mean by that. You're always a little feisty.
Yeah, that's true. You know me well enough. Yeah, no, all right, a little more than usual. You know, sometime today, I would like to get your thoughts on what's happening with certainly, it's just the overreach of this administration with the weaponizing of the federal government against families who want to go to school board meetings just to be able to express themselves, and what is going on with the Attorney General. We'll get to that in I'll get your thoughts on that in a little bit, because there's other things that are going on I understand that you've had some interesting meetings lately, and talking about the failures of the Biden administration policy so far and some other things. Tell me what you've been doing.
Well, first, I'm glad that you wanted to talk about the other issue, because that should have all of us very, very concerned. Yeah. Obviously, I've been working, as you know, to fight the socialist agenda. Yesterday, my wife and I had a wonderful meeting with President Trump at Mar-a-Lago, and you know, I do want to remind people just the serious contrast between the 4 years of President Trump and what we're dealing with in just, again, under 8 months with this president. You know, under President Trump, we had a strong economy. Remember, it was the strongest economy in memory, and then we had the virus, and it was coming back. It was rebuilding. Manufactured jobs were returning in droves. Taxes were low. Regulation was under control. Look at today. We, by the way, had become energy independent. For the first time, it's a dream. And this president, that's under President Trump, this president has declared war on domestic energy, by the way, while allowing the promotion of Russian energy. I mean, it's just insane.
Yeah.
Critical race theory, which, again, as you know, I don't call it that. I call it cynical racist theory. You know, people don't remember this. President Trump had actually banned it from the federal government, from agencies.
Yeah.
And now under this president, it's even in the military. And this wokeness is even in the military. The border, we all see what's going on the southern border. It's a threat to national security. The wall was being built with technology. It was happening, and the border was more secure than it had been probably, frankly, in many, many decades. I don't even want to talk about the disaster created by this administration. China, it was under control. Now we're seeing that they're threatening everyone, including Taiwan, in a serious way. In Venezuela, this President Trump had frankly, you know, just sanctioned the hell out of the regime. They were struggling. This administration, despite saying that they support sanctions, has eased sanctions. By the way, particular sanctions dealing with Russia. That seems to be a pattern, Russia and China. Yeah. Cuba that regime was struggling, and now this administration won't even take basic steps after the people hit the streets to even provide for internet. Look, the Abrams Accords, which was a miracle that everybody thought was impossible. I remember John Kerry saying it's never going to happen, you know, unless you basically give, you know, the Palestinians whatever they want. And President Trump showed that was just a fallacy, and it was the most important thing for Israel's security, which means our security. The contrast could not be so dramatic, and it was just great to spend some quality time. By the way, my wife and I, just the two of us, at Mar-a-Lago with the president. And again, I don't talk about specific things that are said in specific meetings, but I will tell you that the contrast could not be more dramatic.
Yeah, and we see it. Certainly, the actions as opposed to the words of an individual mean something. A lot of people talk a good talk, but you've got to walk the walk, and the former president certainly did that, and then some. And you're seeing the walk of this administration. You know, even with the energy issue. I don't know if anybody's paying attention to the news, but right now, the UK and other areas, they are in an energy crisis. What is going on there, the prices that are going up and what they've got going on. The idea that we could be energy independent and that we wouldn't even move full steam ahead with that and somehow be have others be emboldened enough to make decisions for us when it comes to our energy when we have the capability to do it back is astounding on that level. And you know, you did bring up John Kerry, and he's been in the news today. How outraged are you to find out that he speaks to a French television network to basically tell them that the president of the United States literally was not aware of what was going on, this trilateral agreement and the spat with the UK and Australia over the exchange of the submarine technology? I mean, it's unbelievable that he would say something like that. Like, that's how out of touch he is, that he's admitting to France that he wasn't even aware of everything that was happening.
By the way, and somehow, does John Kerry think that that's going to reassure our allies that the President of the United States is clueless? What it does do is it sends a very strong signal to all of our enemies that the President is clueless. And look, it doesn't surprise me because we know John Kerry. John Kerry has been a national embarrassment for decades. And that's, by the way, I want to be kind, and I'm being kind.
Yeah.
That's the best. Seriously, because, I recently, Drew, reviewed his testimony in front of Congress during the Vietnam War. While we had POWs being tortured in Viet Cong prisons, and people, including people who I got, like somebody who I got to know so well, like Sam Johnson, who passed away, that American hero, who was being tortured. And what John Kerry then was saying, by the way, all of it false, lies, to blame the United States and to help the Viet Cong. That's the John Kerry that I will never, ever forget. And he continues that pattern. So, again, I'm being kind to John Kerry because there's a lot more that should be said and needs to be said. The American people need to be reminded about who that individual, I'm trying to be respectful, we're on radio, is all about. Look, a word that you and I have not talked, let me tell you, you and I talk from time to time.
Yep.
You know a word that never comes up when you and I talk?
What's
it did
that?
Before, inflation. Inflation.
You want it to come up because I could talk about that all day long. Go ahead.
But that wasn't even in our vocabulary for decades, in Americans' vocabulary, until this president, until this disaster. And it has one term, one reasoning, one word that describes all of this disaster that we're dealing with, and that is socialism. It is socialism. Everything that you're seeing here, when you attack the police and you try to delegitimize it, that's socialism. When you attack the border our law enforcement on the border doing their jobs, that's socialism. When you delegitimize everything that makes this country great, from our founding fathers, everything, that's socialism. When you want government to rule our lives and take control of everything, that's socialism. That's what we're dealing with. And when people say, I was on a TV interview this weekend, and they said, well, but it's not going to happen in the United States. It would never happen here. That's where it happens, when people think it doesn't happen. And I remind everybody, 2 decades ago, Venezuela, richest country in South America, with a long democratic tradition, with an educated middle class, with a strong middle class. Socialism took hold of that country through the democratic process. It took hold of that country, and all of a sudden, they didn't execute people like they did in Cuba, but what they did is they took over through the democratic process, and now Venezuela is what it is, right? Yeah. Look at California, and they're trying to make the entire country like California or like Venezuela over our dead body.
Yeah. It is amazing how often now we talk about some of the things that could happen, the issues that we might see, some of the things that we've even personally talked about in the past and we're concerned about, and all of a sudden we see them closer to coming to, and in some cases coming to fruition. The issues of the economy and inflation, and concerns about our Second Amendment rights, and the concerns about what kind of liberties and freedoms this government will plan on taking away because of this administration. And even when we get to the school boards and the issues here with the Attorney General and being involved in all of this, and this idea of intimidation, the fact that even when it comes to something like this Build Back Better plan, which quite honestly, look, you want to talk about socialism, you want to talk about the destruction of everything that we know when it comes to this country and making us France, if you will, or any other socialist utopia, if you will, and that's what they would like to see. That there is this message that's being pushed, and this almost demagoguing of individuals who would reject it and who know, like you do, what socialism looks like, and know what is coming if you make these decisions, and how through intimidation, how this administration, in many ways in our life, is doing just that, trying to intimidate us, or even with Biden and the Build Back Better plan and what they've been doing. How could you say it costs nothing? How could you honestly say that unless you believe that there's a portion of the American people that will buy it? And how do they buy it? Because they've been fed lies that they've been told for the longest times are truths. I don't know how else you could do it.
Well, you're absolutely right, but I tell you, and one of the incredibly positive things. He did so many things that President Trump did, is he unmasked the reality of the corruption in a lot of the press.
Yes.
And see, here's the left is used to saying anything and then having the mainstream media covering it up and supporting it. By the way, it's still happening. Let's get something real. It's still happening, right? I mean, the fact that President Biden's son is selling paintings for hundreds of thousands of dollars. And by the way, and they can't say, who they're selling those paintings to. That's money laundering, by the way. Let's get it straight. All right, let's call it what it is. And, all of a sudden, Hunter Biden is Van Gogh. He's Picasso, right? He's selling paintings for hundreds of thousands of dollars. It is the most evident and public money laundering organization that I have ever witnessed. And yet, where's the outrage? Where's the outrage? Look, you're absolutely right, but the American people are waking up. Now, using the Department of Justice to go after people for expressing their views, and if you look at that memo, they leave it wide open. You can drive a bus through the loopholes that they allow for the Department of Justice to go in and kind of harass people. However, where were they, and where are they? Where were they when people were trying to burn down federal buildings?
They're still doing it. They're still trying to do it in Portland. Antifa was doing it. What was it, last week? They tried to do it again. I mean, they continue to do it.
Are they gonna harass and arrest the people who have been harassing Republican public officials? By the way, how about the ones that are pushing for that, including members of Congress who have publicly said go and harass anybody who disagrees with them, right? No, this is a one-sided message to everybody. Don't push back on the socialist policies that they like. This is intimidation at its most grotesque, but we've seen it before. We saw what the highest levels of the FBI and others did to try to destroy the Trump administration. By the way, from before it took office, and now we know what we always knew, that it was false, this whole Russia debacle. It's the same pattern, and which is why, we have to stay focused. Yeah. And to me, the most important issue right now is we have to all stay unified. Yeah. We got to remember who the opposition is. Right. It's the socialists. It's the socialists. That's what we have to fight. And the fight now is to try to stop in any and every way possible this what they call social infrastructure, which is socialism, imposing socialism, changing our way of life. That huge legislation, that has got to be our number one priority.
Yeah, and, before we go, I might say this. I've been speaking to a lot of groups lately, and one of the things I am focusing on is the fact that, former President Trump, we owe a lot of gratitude because he did do something that I think is really important right now, and it is opening our eyes to many people, media, the left, all kinds of institutions that are bent on destroying our way of life, of looking at us as Republicans, conservatives, fill in the blank, of the opposition, if you will, and doing whatever that they have to do to destroy. And to ultimately, if you're looking at whether it's a lot of things in the culture right now, or whether it is some of the things that we're seeing that are very divisive, if it's critical race theory or other things, there's one thing that I've focused on, and it's this. I honestly, truly believe that there are more of us than there are of them. I believe in this country right now, that there are more people who are seeing what's going on, and even independents who are looking and saying, this is not what we signed up for. This is not the country I want. I don't agree with the policies that are coming out of this administration. I don't like the things that I'm seeing in a lot of these legacy mainstream media outlets that are being said about me and others. And I think that in 22 and certainly in 24, I think you're going to see a rejection of what is happening, not just because of the tangible, not just because of the things that people are feeling, inflation and all of the other things that are surrounding us, the border and all the things that we've talked about, but even just in the culture, that there are things that people are rejecting. And I think there are more of us than there are of them.
I totally agree with you. And I think, again, it was great to once again see President Trump. I go to Mar-a-Lago with my wife. I spent 4 years working very closely with him. We did some amazing things together for the country. And so, I'm proud of his record. I'm proud of what he got done in just 4 years. The world and the United States would be a different place if he would have had another 4 years. It would have been a safer world. The United States would have been, what it deserves to be. But unfortunately, we have what we have in the White House. And now we cannot forget that we have to all focus on the adversaries. The adversaries are not other conservatives that we might disagree with on some things. The adversaries are not Republicans that we don't like their tie. The adversaries are, and by the way, I'm very clear about separating Democrats out there from the Democratic leadership. In other words, I don't think that the traditional liberal Democrats could recognize this Democratic Party in D.C. This is the Socialist Party of the United States. That is the adversary. That is what we have to fight. That is what we have to stay united on. And I'm like you. I have total faith in the American people, and we have to stop, because what they're trying to do, they're not shy about it, is replace this free market system that has created the greatest country in the history of humanity to a socialist nation. We cannot allow that to happen.
Yep. Congressman Mario Diaz-Balart joining us on Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. All right, my friend, I appreciate you, and all the best. We'll see you soon, okay?
Likewise. Thank you, sir.
All right, see you. 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. Appreciate you watching the program and subscribing to the podcast. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
There's a reason they call tasteless, stale food leftovers. Feed your brain the right way. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Attorney Joe Cordell.
New school, new job, new home. Change is hard and can leave you feeling isolated. And divorce delivers one of life's hardest blows. The relationships you counted on are suddenly gone. But you don't have to walk through this alone. Call Cordell & Cordell. You're not alone.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's Miami area attorneys. Se habla español. Legal services available in English and Spanish. Offices in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and by appointment only in Dadeland. CordellCordell.com. Lisa Cargis, Florida resident partner. Joseph Cordell, licensed in Missouri and Illinois only.
Joe Biden wants one of the biggest tax increases ever. Now, experts warn these massive tax increases will wreck the economy. This week, Sean Spicer and Lindsay Keith warn of Biden's tax madness. Each week, Spicer & Company talks to the experts so you can protect your money. Watch Sean Spicer every evening on Newsmax. Find it on every major cable system, most streaming services, or download the smartphone app now. Watch Spicer & Company and Newsmax for the news you need to know.
After a car accident, you can feel like you've lost control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar and Levine. Our team can help you understand your legal options after an accident. We will file your claim and fight for the full compensation you deserve. If you've been involved in a car accident, call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
Hey, it's Drew Steele. Had a chance to visit A Locksmith, their showroom in North Naples. And Andrew is the owner. He is a fantastic guy. Get a chance to talk to him. He's a former police officer and an expert on home security. Maybe you have some needs like a safe, a Liberty Safe. They are the only Liberty Safe dealer in Collier County. And I don't know if you know, but A Locksmith is the oldest locksmith in Collier County and comes with a stellar reputation for professional quality and service. Their staff licensed, bonded, and insured and available. And 100% satisfaction is always guaranteed. Their employees are great. No contractors. They have all their employees there, and they are always professional, on time, serving Collier and Southern Lee counties. So if you're looking for your next Liberty Safe, you want to go to A Locksmith. They have 2 Naples showroom, one in North Naples, across from Mercado, and one in the city of Naples, just north of Mooring Line Drive on US 41. Or if you want to find out more, visit alocksmithnaples.com.
For eligible individuals 18 or older only. Not available in Oregon or West Virginia. Results vary. See website for details and important safety information.
How are your hearing aids sounding now?
A little tinny.
Okay, 2 seconds.
With hearing aids from Lively, everything is done remotely in the comfort of your home, from initial testing to adjustments.
How are they sounding now?
Fantastic. So much better. With Lively, you get premium Bluetooth-enabled hearing aids at thousands less than you might expect. The best hearing aid technology is now affordable and convenient. convenient. Your hearing aids are sent right to your door. And if you have any issues, we'll make adjustments 7 days a week. No charge.
Ah, you people at Lively are wonderful.
With Lively hearing aids, you get free shipping. 3 years of follow-up care included free, plus a 3-year warranty with loss and damage coverage. You can't lose.
I hear better than I ever thought possible.
Now get $100 off your hearing aids when you go to listenlively.com/radio. That's listenlively.com/radio. listenlively.com/radio.
Is foot pain making your life miserable? The Good Feet store specializes in foot pain relief. Call 552-FEET or visit us at the Good Feet store in Naples or our newest location in Fort Myers. Or stop in for a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Jason and Todd believe in value. They're direct diamond importers and hand select each diamond directly from the cutters. By cutting out the middlemen, the Diamond District offers the best quality diamonds at the lowest prices, and they pass that savings on to you.
At the Diamond District.
When you need a new roof, it pays to deal with the best. King Roofing has built their business on a solid foundation of honest appraisals, fair pricing, and the finest workmanship. Your insurance may be paying the bills, but you'll live with your choice of roofer for years, even decades to come. Choose Roofing Royalty, and you'll never regret it. In Southwest Florida, there's only one King. Call King Roofing today.
Every castle deserves a king.
In late summer, as Earth's northern hemisphere tilts away from the sun, the master designers from Closet Factory begin to bed earlier, rise earlier, making even more time to obsess over every client's organizational solution. It's all timed perfectly with the season, the school and sports supplies, the food-heavy holidays, and near doubling in clothing, fall and winter. It's when Closet Factory's organizational solutions are game-changing, and yours can be designed and installed perfectly for you and your family. Just visit Closet Factory or closetfactory.com.
When you run a business, setbacks change everything. And online, they happen fast. With your Comcast Business Internet, you can stay ahead. And now you can add Comcast Business Security Edge to make your network more secure. It helps keep your network safe with scans every 10 minutes. And unlike some cybersecurity options, this helps protect every device that's connected. Because when your information, your people, and your company have Security Edge, you can be ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Get started with a great offer for $35 each month for 24 months for 2 years when you buy both. Want even more speed? Find out how to get 10 gigs for your small business. Call 1-800-501-6000 or go to ComcastBusiness.com today to find out more. Offer ends 11/7/21. Restrictions apply. New Comcast Business 35 megabits per second internet and one voice mobility customers only. Early termination fee applies. Requires EcoBill and AutoPay. Equipment, taxes, and fees extra and subject to change. Security Edge not included.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato's Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News, traffic.
A busy morning commute out there, especially through eastern Lee County. We have a crash with major backups and injuries reported at North River Road and River Chase Court in Alva. That's north of the Caloosahatchee River, so seeing some backups there. Also along Palm Beach Boulevard, a little farther south toward Buckingham Road, a crash near Weber Boulevard. 2 different crash scenes out there, in fact, contributing to the westbound backups along Palm Beach. Keeping an eye on a crash also at Buckingham Road and Gunnery Road with some southbound delays on Gunnery near Buckingham Field. And then also seeing a crash still at 12th Street West and Sunshine Boulevard North with backups in both directions on Sunshine. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Teresa O'Shea, Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Well, happy Wednesday. Expect another hot one for today as humidity starts to creep back up into the forecast area. Temperatures will be pushing back to 93 for a daytime high. We're dry to start the day, and we'll stay that way as we head through about lunchtime, though some showers should be popping up as we head towards mainly after 3-4 p.m. Look out for that chance for isolated rain into the late afternoon and evening time frame. Things dry up as we enter your Thursday morning. A mild low near 76. Waking up tomorrow, it is going to be another warm day with a high near 92 degrees. Thursday, however, will be featuring a slightly higher chance to see some rain and even some thunderstorms with scattered storms the forecast through Friday and the weekend. I'm Wink News Weather Authority meteorologist Casey Sherman.
Joe Biden's plan for America? Recycled leftovers. Time for some right thinking. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Tomatoes, Sports Page. Come for the food, stay for the sports.
Hi,
Hi, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. They say love and passion makes the world go round. Love for home, family, your country, partner, a friend, and love for food. Stevie wants to be part of your love with our food, drink, sports, and fun. Our passion for your satisfaction brings our love to all of our great customers. Whether it's our brisket short rib burgers, Chicago pizza, fajitas, wings, fish fry, or ribs, it's delivered to your table with love. So at Stevie's, we invite you to share our love of great food, drinks, sports, and fun. You'll never get bored or broke. We feel loved by the sound of our great customers. We promise to treat you like family at your home away from home. I guarantee it. For daily specials, go to StevieTomato.com. Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page, Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. Come, come, come.
Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
Minutes still matter when it comes to medical emergencies. In some cases, fast care can be life-saving, especially for heart attacks and strokes. So don't delay or be afraid to get help if you need it. Physicians Regional Healthcare System is safe and ready to care for you, with limited entry points, screening for everyone, deep cleaning, and social distancing. We're taking extra precautions to help keep you safe. Don't put off emergency care. Visit ercarephysiciansregional.com or call 911 in an emergency.
Hey, look, you don't have to go through the fall months with that joint pain. You can call QC Kinetics now. Regenerative solutions that are here, bringing lasting relief from joint pain with no downtime, no surgery, no steroids. It's Drew Steele talking about QC Kinetics. They use natural biologic therapies that restore and repair damaged tissue in your knees, shoulders, hips, and back. Patients here are raving about the results. Don't think surgery is your only option. Call QC Kinetics now and learn more about these exciting natural alternatives. You've heard football legend Emmitt Smith talk about QC. It's time you see what it's all about. Fall is the time to enjoy life to its fullest, so why not act right now? Restorative, regenerative therapies, they're available now. And the office consultation is free. Call QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical joint pain relief. Call QC Kinetics, 239-893-PAIN. Non-surgical joint pain relief, 239-893-PAIN. That's 239-893-PAIN. 239-893-PAIN.
Did you know people drive from all over Florida to save money on diamonds?
Hi, I'm Stuart Duncan from Duncan's Diamonds, and we have thousands of diamonds, all shapes, all sizes, half carat to 10 carats. Because we are direct diamond importers, we own one of the largest selections of amazing diamonds here in the United States.
And offer prices 30 to 50% lower than other jewelers, where overhead cost is very high. Duncan's Diamonds hand-picks diamonds from diamond cutters all over the world to ensure you get the best.
We want you to find that diamond that you really love today and save.
And at Duncan's Diamonds, we have spectacular financing and layaway plans, including no or low interest.
A $2,000 engagement ring is only $66 a month. A $3,000 pair of diamond stud earrings is just $84 a month. Best prices guaranteed, low monthly payments, a spectacular gift from Duncan's Diamonds. We want you to find the diamond you love today and save.
Naples at Mercado, Gulf Coast Town Center, and Fort Myers on US 41.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
After Drew, it's Glenn Beck 9 till noon. You've come to the right place. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website, Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you watching the program and subscribing to the podcast. Top 5 audio clips of the day. It's the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
35. Number 5.
We can now report to you that this U.S. Marine, who spoke out very strongly and publicly against the leadership in the military when it came to the deadly exit that we all witnessed from Afghanistan, is now out of the military prison, sometimes called the brig. He is out.
He is out. All right, so we start off with a little bit of good news from yesterday. Fox News reporting that Lieutenant Colonel Stuart Scheller has been released from the brig yesterday, and keeping an eye on that story, and certainly one that many people were concerned about, and what will be happening next.
Number 4.
Parenthetically, when you build a charging station, it's like back in the day when my grandpa worked for the American Oil Company back in the turn of in the 1920 in that area. They went from state to state convincing people that they allow them to put 20,000 gallons of gasoline under the ground. They didn't want them around.
746 million people voted for that man, President Joe Biden, who is talking about Jargy stations and Marigold oil and underneath a gas station when his grandpop was back in the 20s or 19 or something like that. Did we? Oh, he's in Michigan trying to explain the Build Back Better program to everybody and trying to make it clear and succinct as to why it needs to happen. Anybody else can talk about this? Or
Number 3.
And President Biden asked me about it, and I told him and expressed.
You told Joe Biden that it was not the right.
He asked me. He said, "What's the situation?" And I explained exactly. He had not been aware of that. He literally had not been aware of what had transpired, and I don't want to go into the details of it, but suffice it to say that the president. My president is very committed to...
All right, I can't even listen to it anymore. Hey, it's a good thing that climate envoy John Kerry is out there speaking for the president of the United States, talking to France. And they're like, hey, we had to patch up relations because of what your president did. And we're kind of upset with it. And Macron was upset to the point where they had to kind of patch it up. And he's like, come on, man. So apparently he's not being consulted on key U.S. allies and reactions of what they're doing. That was John Kerry admitting in an interview with French TV that Joe Biden had no idea about the fallout with the French from this Australian-UK sub-deal. He literally had not been aware of what transpired. And the world wasn't shocked.
Number 2.
Yesterday we saw Facebook get taken off the internet. I don't know why it went down, but I know that for more than 5 hours, Facebook wasn't used to deepen divides, destabilize democracies, and make young girls and women feel bad about their bodies.
Destabilizing democracies? So that's the takeaway, everybody. That is the money shot, if you will. That is the Facebook whistleblower that we're told is a whistleblower until we find out she's a leftist activist repped by lawyers for the whistleblower behind the Trump impeachment. But nothing to see here, no connections or anything else. Nothing shady about this individual who, we come to find out gets not only 60 Minutes attention, but attention on Capitol Hill with a hearing about how bad Facebook is and all the things that they need to do to change. Knowing full well that it was Project Veritas and James O'Keefe who had plenty of Facebook whistleblowers out there, and not once did any of them get invited to Capitol Hill. Isn't that a little strange? Yeah, but this person gets to go. She's got all kinds of interesting connections that you can read about that have to do with seriously left-leaning and Trump-hating individuals. And there she is talking about the democracies were not being damaged by some of the stuff that Facebook could have put up in the 6 hours that it was down. Listen, something's shady about all of this. And wait till you hear what Facebook's reaction to her was yesterday, and it may explain a lot.
Number 1.
You're using the FBI to intervene in school board meetings. That's extraordinary.
Senator, I have to respectfully disagree. That is not what...
Point me to an instance.
The Attorney General's memorandum made quite clear that violence is not appropriate. Spirited public debate on a whole range of issues is absolutely what this country is all about.
Then why is it being investigated by the FBI?
It is not. When and if any situation turns to violence, then that is the appropriate role of law enforcement to address it.
The memorandum covers more than violence. It talks about intimidation. It talks about harassment. So I'm asking you to draw some lines. We do this all the time in the First Amendment context. This is the sum and substance of First Amendment law. So I expect that she'll be available and willing to do it now. Tell me where the line is with parents expressing their concerns, waiting for hours in these school board meetings. We've all seen the videos. This happened in my state. Parents have waited for hours. Sometimes the school board meetings have been ended before they can speak because the school board doesn't want to hear it. And now parents are told that if they wait and they express their views, that they may be investigated for intimidation.
Senator Josh Hawley speaking with on Capitol Hill and grilling the Deputy Attorney General Lisa Monaco, about the Attorney General, Merrick Garland, and this letter put out saying, that, listen, we're going to weaponize the FBI and the DOJ to go against you parents who show up at school board meetings, and not exactly specify as to what a phone call to them could possibly entail. Is it about violence, or is it something else? Or is it just showing up and being disagreeable? I mean, you got to define it.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
And to his point, they're not going to do it. They're not defining what that looks like. So if a school board member picks up the phone now and decides to call the FBI and says they're feeling intimidated, is that enough for the FBI to show up and to try to marshal together local law enforcement to show up at school board meetings? That is the big question here. And you know what the answer is. Don't be intimidated. Don't be intimidated. As many people have talked about yesterday, it's time to double down. When it comes to showing up at school board meetings, nobody, not one single person has ever talked about violence. Get over yourself, all you school board members who are all upset because people are mad at you and yelling at you because you're not listening and you're teaching our kids how to be racists, critical race theory, and then the mask mandate issue when you don't listen to the governor and you don't listen to the people in your district. Because they're upset with you and they're mad because you're not listening is not a means to pick up the phone and call the FBI, although now we're being told that that's exactly what it is, and that's exactly what it means because your feelings are hurt or you feel intimidated, really? And again, to Josh Hawley's point, you can't even talk about one specific instance where violence was used against a school board member to even justify even hinting at this at a federal level when it's up to local and state jurisdictions to do it. 14,000 school districts. And Josh Hawley's like, give us the examples. Where's the examples that this is needed? You got to double down. Not going away. We know what you're doing. We see everything that's happening. The transparency is there. It's wide open for everybody to see what you're doing. You're trying to weaponize the federal government because now the teachers' unions and others are starting to realize that this push to indoctrinate our kids with critical race theory, with equity, diversity, and inclusion, with social justice, with the idea of social learning, socioeconomic learning, or what's the word? Isn't that what it is? With Castle, and we're catching on. As a matter of fact, we've caught on a long time ago. And it's just amazing how in your face it is. All of it. I mean, there's a lot that's out there that's in your face. You know, we talked about Facebook and the questions about what's going on here. It's in your face. A whistleblower, Francis Hogan, a longtime Democrat donor supporting campaigns for far-left extremists like AOC, donating money to activist groups actively attempting to derail the U.S. primary process that allows ordinary members of the public to beat out establishment career politicians. This is from the National Pulse. Some of where her 36 donations have gone during her time as an employee of Facebook, only 2 years. Pinterest and Gigster is where she was as well. All of the donations going to Democrats, including AOC. We come to find out as well that she's working with Democrat operatives to roll out her complaint, working with the same lawyers as the anonymous Ukraine whistleblower member whose allegations led to Trump's impeachment. reportedly turned out to be then Vice President Joe Biden's top advisor on the country. But there's nothing to see here. Everything seems legit because she's upset with Facebook the same way you're upset with Facebook. I mean, she's saying all the right things, right?
The company intentionally hides vital information from the public, from the U.S. government, and from governments around the world. The documents I have provided to Congress prove that Facebook has repeatedly misled the public about what its own research reveals about the safety of children, the efficacy of its artificial intelligence systems, and its role in spreading divisive and extreme messages.
Let me just stop for a second. Is this new to anybody? No, I'm being dead serious. What was that movie on Netflix? What was that called? The Social Dilemma? Is that what it was called? Do you remember that, Jake? Jake the Millennial? You're a Netflix guy. Right? Wasn't that The Social Dilemma?
I haven't seen it, but I think that's what it's called.
Okay, yeah. This isn't new. All of the things she talked about is not new. Everybody knows about this. What else did she say?
I saw Facebook repeatedly encounter conflicts between its own profits and our safety. Facebook consistently resolved these conflicts in favor of its own profits.
Yep, we know that.
The result has been more division, more harm, more lies, more threats, and more combat.
And then she goes on to say,
yesterday we saw Facebook get taken off the internet. I don't know why it went down, but I know that for more than 5 hours, Facebook wasn't used to deepen divides, destabilize democracies.
Destabilize democracies. That's interesting because in order to stop destabilizing democracies like ours, we're going to have to do something about it. Don't you see what was going on yesterday? It is clear now that they brought this whistleblower, quote unquote, onto Capitol Hill to go after Facebook under the guise that they are damaging and we've got to do something about it. And you've got plenty of Democrats who are stepping up and even Republicans who say, you know what, we got to regulate, we got to do something. And when you have Senator Markey back in 2020 who said,
problem. The issue is not that the companies before us today are taking too many posts down. The issue is that they're leaving too many dangerous posts up.
Oh, they're not. It's not that they're not taking enough down. They're leaving too many dangerous posts up. And who gets to decide what the dangerous posts are? Don't you see what's happening? They would love to have this White House, a Democrat-run Congress, would love nothing more than to have control over Facebook right now and all the social media sites to be able to decide what needs to be taken down. And guess what? Facebook is on board because they don't want any trouble. They're getting plenty of, sending out plenty of money to both sides, Republicans and Democrats, and they would love nothing more than for you to decide and say it. Listen to me. This is important. They want the federal government to say and tell them what to do so that they can get away with specifically taking down content that they're being told has to come down. If you don't believe me, here it is. Facebook calls for new standard rules for the internet after the whistleblower hearing, and listen to what was said. Quote, today, a Senate Commerce Subcommittee. This is from the Director of Policy Communications from Facebook. Today, a Senate Commerce Subcommittee held a hearing with former product manager at Facebook who worked for the company for less than 2 years, had no direct reports, never attended a decision point meeting with C-level executives, and testified more than 6 times to not working on the subject matter in question. We don't agree with her characterization of the many issues she testified about. Despite all this is Facebook, we agree on one thing. It's time to begin to create standard rules for the internet. It's been 25 years since the rules for the internet have been updated, and instead of expecting the industry to make societal decisions that belong to legislators, it's time for Congress to act. Even they're saying they want Congress to act. And you know how they're going to act. They're going to go against you that they deem dangerous. Your speech, the things that you're putting out, oh, this is dangerous. This has got to be taken down. Too much content is left up. Yeah, the whole thing is shady. The whole thing. What else did we have here this morning that I wanted to touch on? Oh, do you want to hear a little more Joe Biden? Are you really? I know Jake loves when we do our little morning cups of Joe. You want a little cup of Joe before we go?
Do we need a translator?
Oh, for the other thing, yeah. If we have a Biden translator out there, Here's your time to shine, ladies and gentlemen. 239-479-5592. Go ahead. And if you would like to be the interpreter of this.
Parenthetically, when you build a charging station, it's like back in the day when my grandpa worked for the American Oil Company back in the turn of the 1920 in that area. They went from state to state convincing people that they allow them to put 20,000 gallons of gasoline under the ground. They didn't want them around.
Yeah, hey, can you interpret that? 239-479-5592. It's your time to shine, and maybe we have a job for you as a Biden interpreter. If you can interpret that, call right now. We would love for you to do that. Hey, by the way, here's a little morning cup of Joe for you because Jake has asked for it, and it's time to do it now.
Sit back with your morning cup of Joe.
Not a joke. Here in your state, 7,300 miles of roads here in Michigan. I'll bet everyone in this room can tell me what the most dangerous intersection in this town or any town they live in and where it is.
So why is that? What's the big deal there with what he said as he was standing outside there in Michigan, outside talking to individuals about the Build Back Better plan and going through this discussion about some of the places in your own community that you see? He's outside and he says,
I'll bet everyone in this room can tell me.
Everybody in this room. What room? You're outside. You're not in a room. You know, if you just... The good news is he read off the teleprompter properly. The bad news is he read off the teleprompter. He's standing outside. Okay, whatever. There's that. Yeah, I'm just looking at some of the headlines that we'll probably be talking about more tomorrow. Healthline, I guess is a website, talks about health issues. Says, can men get pregnant? Is it possible? Yes, it's possible. That's right, everybody. It is possible for men to get pregnant. And now you have a website called Healthline who is trying to let you know that you can absolutely positively get pregnant. I don't even want to know how that works. Talk about painful. But you know what? It's just the way it is. The culture says so, so you have to agree. Otherwise, you're out. No Facebook for you. So there's that. What else did I want to touch on? Because I know that we're going to be talking about it tomorrow. Oh, I like this. This is from Politico. Democrats who were hoping that the monthly $300 per child checks the federal government started sending to families over the summer would be a winner in the midterms because, you know, that's what they're doing. We got to win. We got to score points with dollars. It's voting for dollars is what it is, everybody. Well, they're not going to like this. The latest poll from Morning Consult, fewer than half of the respondents, 47%, gave congressional Democrats credit for providing the extra cash, and even fewer of them credited President Joe Biden. And half the registered voters support the expanded payments, but only 35% want to make them permanent, an idea Democrats in Congress are weighing at the moment. That's what they've been talking. Oh, we got to make it permanent. People love the idea of making it permanent. Yeah, not everybody does. And you're not going to get the credit for it. That's what did the kids say? That's a bummer. Is that what the kids say? Did the kids say bummer?
No, they don't actually.
You're not kind. You're not a kind man, boy, man bun boy. All right, we gotta go. Listen, have a great day. Glenn Beck is next. Make sure you send your cards and letters care of this station to man bun boy. And we'll know exactly where it needs to go. You like that, don't you?
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, it came right off the top of my head, just looking at you. Let's find out how the remainder of the forecast is shaping up today with Wink News meteorologist Casey Sherman.